Dear students, welcome to ace.online, digital platform of Ace Engineering Academy. This is Dr. G. Balaraju, Professor of Mechanical Engineering. In the present session, we would like to present the detailed solutions of GATE 2022 afternoon session. So these solutions are based on only memory based questions. So we are not sure about the accuracy, just try to cooperate. So if you have any questions, so please try to upload those questions, please send us so that we can give the solutions. And based on feedback from various students, so it is understood that this afternoon session may be somewhat like a tough, maybe moderate to tough. So a few students are reporting that the question paper is somewhat tough. So particularly thermal engineering questions are somewhat tough, and maximum weightage was given to engineering mechanics. So there are 3-4 questions in engineering mechanics, and as usual the weightage is given to, of course, like I have some analysis, just let us have the analysis. So here I could now present the forenoon and afternoon session, and I have a 2021 paper also. So in theory of machines, okay, when you see this weightage, in theory of machines, of course, generally we used to get the first in the theory of machines 7 to 10 marks generally we used to get in theory of machines. So this year we had 7 in the forenoon session and 6 in the afternoon session. And coming to engineering mechanics, generally we used to get only 2 to 3 marks. But in 2022, in the forenoon session as well as afternoon session, of course 8 to 6 marks. I am not sure about this, based upon the students' feedback only I am presenting this. So maximum weightage related to engineering mechanics, it seems, from the data. Material science, generally we get only one question of 1 mark. So this time we had 2 questions, 3 marks on the easy questions only from material science. And coming to engineering mathematics, in the morning session we had 15 marks, but in the afternoon session only we had 12 marks. And of course general aptitude, maybe there's 15 marks only. And coming to the production engineering, so PI, like metal casting, welding, forming, as well as machining, metal cutting and advanced machining methods. So in the morning, like casting, there was no question in morning session, but in afternoon session there was a question in casting. And like if you see the weightage of production engineering, generally we used to get in the production 16 marks, but this time the morning session we had only 12 marks, in the afternoon session 12, like slightly the production weightage got decreased. And coming to IM and VAR, generally we used to get only 6 to 7 marks, so this year 8 marks. Of course IM and VAR has some weightage, so 8 marks. And the fluid mechanics and hydraulic machine, generally we used to get more questions, like last year if you see almost 10 to 11 marks, but this year only 4 to 5 marks. The like a weightage reduced for FM and HM. And coming to heat transfer, generally 6 marks, like in 2021 and even earlier also we had only 6 to 7 marks, but this year 8 marks. And the thermodynamics, so 12, 11, generally 12 marks. And afternoon session now we had more questions, okay, from the, like many students are reporting that there are tough questions in thermodynamics. Anyways, we will present the solutions for those questions. And the strength of materials, generally 6 marks, and this year 2020 also we had 6 to 5 marks. And machine design, generally 4 to 5 marks, maybe 6 marks generally we used to get, but this year we had less, so 3 to 4. So this is regarding analysis. Of course afternoon session now people are saying that tough, so definitely a normalization is going to be taking place, so no need to worry. So the student who appeared for afternoon session, okay, for them, so I'm advising don't worry. So if the paper is tough, tough to all, paper is easy, easy to all, so no need to worry about that. And now I'm going to present the solutions for the questions. Like again I'm reminding you, so these questions and numericals whatever you have collected, just only these questions have been sent by students only, so we cannot believe the numbers, okay, just only for the sake of idea we are presenting the solutions. Okay, now I have so faculty, so they are going to present the solutions. So I have mathematics faculty, so BMK sir is going to present the solutions related to mathematics. So thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. So as usual, in the morning session or evening session related to mathematics part, I don't find any big difference. All are, at the same level, right? So let us work out some collection of questions from our students and their memory. Yeah, see, this is the first problem. Simple, but be careful. The sum and product of a 2 by 2 matrix 3PPQ is given. The sum is 4. And product is -1. Right? Then what is modulus value of P? Mod P. Okay? Modulus different, determinant different. Please remember this. So here, I think sum and product of eigenvalues. Sum and product of eigenvalues of that matrix. A small correction in the question. Let us see. Sum of eigenvalues is trace. So 3 plus Q. This is the trace value, that is equal to 4. So here Q value is not our question. No need to estimate also, but it's a simple thing, 4 minus 3 1. But that is not our problem. Now product of eigenvalues is nothing but determinant. What is the determinant here? 3Q minus P square should be -1. Fine. Now it is required P value. Here Q is 1. So 3 minus P square is -1. Then 4 equal to P square. So P square equal to 4. Then P equal to root of 4 plus or minus 2. It may be plus 2 or minus 2, but question is modulus of P, absolute value. So mod P equal to whether plus 2 or minus 2, 2. I think it is a numerical answer type question. Fill in the blanks, no options, confidently you can solve. Not at all big. Comparing with morning session, this is simple. Let me take, this is a wonderful problem. See, some questions are easy, some questions somewhat twisting will be there, thrilling will be there, so we should accept. You observe this, integral minus infinity to infinity e power minus x square dx root pi, it is a standard result actually. Using double integrals, we can calculate that value also. But the question is integral minus infinity to infinity e power minus a into x plus b whole square dx. So with a common sense, you can observe e power minus x square is there here minus a into x plus b whole square. So like x square, if you represent this also in terms of power of 2, how it is possible? With a common sense, I write, if you bring this a inside, root a whole square is a. So I take this a inside means root a whole square. So it is root a into x, root a into b whole square I write. Simple, na? Now it is like e power minus x squared dx form. So in place of x, we have here root ax plus root ab. Let me take this is some t, substitution. Then its derivative. Root a is a constant, x derivative dx. For root a into b, some constant derivative is 0 equal to dt. Then dx equal to dt by root a. Correct? You know, our x values are changing from minus infinity to infinity. Our t is root a into x plus root ab. Suppose if I put x is minus infinity, our t is also minus infinity. If x is plus infinity, this is also plus infinity. So there is no change of limits as x is changing from 0 to infinity. As x is changing from minus infinity to infinity. T is also changing from minus infinity to infinity. Even though if you use these substitutions, integration limits are not changing. So this is minus infinity to infinity. This is what t now, e power minus t square, but dx is dt by root a. That you don't forget. So 1 by root a is a constant. Remaining integral minus infinity to infinity e power minus t square dt is same as like this into root pi. So it is root pi by root a, root of pi by a. So like that if you solve, it's a small question, not at all tough. 2 marks for the question. Options also given. Next. This is also good problem. Nothing big, but some properties of logarithm like that if you apply, simple. See the question. F of x is 2 into ln means base is e root e power x. Then the area bounded by f of x in the interval 0 to 2 on x axis. Actually integral a to b f of x dx represents area below the curve between x is a and x is b. So directly the required answer you can solve like this: integral 0 to 2 f of x dx. Correct? That gives the area. Now integral 0 to 2. Our f of x is 2 into ln of root e power x. dx. As you know, this is power half, then e power x by 2. So you write it as 0 to 2, 2 you can take out, ln e power x by 2 I write. So ln e power x by 2 means log x power n is n into log x. Simply that is 2 into 1 by 2 integral 0 to 2 ln e dx. Base is also e. ln means base is e. Base is e. So log e base e is 1. So this 2 cancel, 1 only remaining. Integral x is x between the limits 0 to 2. So answer 2. Here options given. No need to give. It can also be given as numerical answer type. But 2 marks for the question. Let me take, yes, this is also simple and standard problem. You observe the value of 1 by 2 pi integral over c 1 by z minus I into z plus 4i dz. What is c? It is a circle of radius 2. center. If not given, we can assume maybe center with radius 2 and center with 0, 0 maybe. So our C is mod z equal to 2. So 1 by 2 pi integral over a closed curve C 1 by z minus I into z plus 4I dz. So here 2 points are there, we get a trouble, z equal to I, z equal to minus 4I. At those points this function is not analytic. So how to understand their location means put z equal to I, mod I equal to 1, that 1 is less than 2. That means this point lies inside. So you have to consider this is the point lying inside the given curve. What about the other point? Minus 4I I am getting trouble. So directly if you replace, modulus of minus 4I is 4. That is greater than the radius value 2. So there is no trouble with that point that lies outside. That means the function fails to be analytic only at this point. There is no trouble with this. Then simply you write it as 1 by 2 pi integral over C 1 by z plus 4I divided by z minus I dz. So which is clearly in the form integral over C f of z by z minus I dz form. So if you apply Cauchy's theorem, Cauchy's integral formula. See, I am not saying this problem using residue concept. Actually residue concept is not there in mechanical syllabus. That residue is there only for electronics, electrical instrumentation, but not for you. That's why I am solving this problem using Cauchy's integral formula. So f of z by z minus I dz form. So for that we know 2 pi I into f of a. That this is f of z, this is a. So that a is I replace simply. So 1 by I plus 4I. So this is now 2 pi getting cancelled. So this is 5I, I by 5I, 1 by 5. That means 0.2. So I think numerical answer type only, but 2 marks, easy to score here. Fine. This is also. In the morning session, I did not have a problem of differential equation. Now I am happy to see this problem. It was not there in the morning, now it is given for 2 marks. What the question? Generally people have to solve this problem. Du by dx or dy by dx, whatever it is, variable is not the matter. You may take dx by du because a by b plus c form. A plus b by c is convenient. Like that some people may think and do. I solve this problem in a small way, simple way. Just cross multiply 2 plus x square u du equal to minus x u square dx. Fine. 2 into du, we can integrate. Next, x square u du. That term also bring plus x u square dx equal to 0. Sir, why are you combining these two terms, sir? X square u, x u square, x u is common, na? So 2 du, x u common, then x du plus u dx. Just one step only. Then it is 2 du, it is x u, like x dy plus y dx form, d of x into u. Then last step, integration is the pending, that is the ending. 2 du means 2u. So like x dx, you take this xu is some t dt form, t square by 2. So xu whole square by 2. Like this, if you solve 2 marks question, within 2-3 minutes you can solve. Unnecessarily converting it as linear equation, Bernoulli's equation, time taking. So just some common sense if you apply, it's a wonderful problem, is it there? X square u square by 2 plus 2u equal to C, option C is absolutely correct. So I have worked out, yeah. So as of now, I have collected with me 5 questions that all 5 have a glance. That is the end of my collection of mathematics questions from our students. I feel it is very, very comfortable related to mathematics. Okay? If I have some more questions in the coming minutes, definitely I will come along with them. All solutions also. My colleague is ready with aptitude problems, I think. Okay? I am handing over it to my colleague Hemant sir. Thank you.
Hello my dear friends, let us go to the aptitude questions. We have a collection of around 6 questions my dear friends. Right, so this question they given from calendar topic, okay, which generally you people not touch during your preparation, but it is a very basic question my dear friends. Okay, see the question, a person was born on 5th Monday on February month, okay, in February month 5th Monday. So guys, February generally if you just check it out, it may be 28 or 29 days, right? February month depends on whether it is leap year or non-leap year. You may get 28 days or 29 days, fine. If it is 28 days my dear friends, we will get exactly 4 weeks. We will get exactly 4 weeks. Means we have only possibility to get 4 Mondays. Okay, 4 weeks, it clearly indicates that you may have 4 Mondays or 4 Sundays, any day, only 4 time will come. But what they mentioned here, you have 5th Monday is mentioned, means it's 29 days. Obviously, it's not non-leap year, it's a leap year, you have 29 days, that you can confirm, right? Okay, if it is 28 days, my dear friends, we have only 4 Mondays possibility, max 4. But they mentioned 5th Monday is there, means 29 days is there in that month. Then only 29 days means you can clearly consider it is like 4 weeks and 1 day. So guys, it's a very general question, okay. If you know February month how many days, whether it is leap year, non-leap year, you can decide easily, right. So you have 4 weeks, 1 day, this extra day must be Monday. You just try to understand, yes, 4 weeks, 4 Mondays. They mentioned 5th Monday means this extra day must be Monday, my dear friends. So yeah, fine. Now let's see about the question. If that is correct, then which of the following options is true, we have to decide. They mentioned, yes, if 5th Monday is there, okay, then in February there is a 5th Monday, then which among the options is correct, we have to check it out. So guys, let's see. 1st February of year is Sunday. Say 5th they given it as Monday, then 1st is not Sunday. You just work on it, my dear friends. If 5th date of February is Monday, then obviously Sunday will be 4th February, right? 4th February is Sunday. Okay, clearly you can observe they mention in the question 1st February in that month, okay, of that year. What are the year is there in that month, February? 1st February of that year, okay, of that year is Sunday. No, it's not Sunday, it's wrong. 4th is Sunday, 1st is not Sunday, my dear friends. Yeah, this is wrong option. Considering this data, we have to check which among the options is correct. So first one wrong. Let's see about the second one. There will be 5 Sundays in February. See guys, as per the data, when 5th February is Monday, we came to know 4th February is Sunday. Then how many Sundays in that month? Yeah, 4th is Sunday already. 7 days after 11th is Sunday. 7 days after 18th Sunday. 7 days after 25th Sunday. So you can see clearly we have only 4 Sundays, maximum 29 days, right? We know already this month is 29 days, that is decided. February month, and we consider it's a leap year, we have only 29 days. So 5 Sundays not possible. We have only 4 Sundays, my dear friends, right? So yeah, you can just go ahead with this question. There will be 5 Sundays. No, it's only 4. See the next one, 2nd February of that year. This is also, yes, some few typing mistakes, my dear friends. You can ignore it and you can consider as it is memory based. Yeah, we got the data from different students, not in a proper format. You can ignore, concentrate on the theme, concentrate on the concept, okay. Now see, 2nd February of that year is Tuesday. What are the year we consider? 2nd February of that is Tuesday or not, they are asking. So guys, we know clearly 5th February is Monday, right? Okay, then you just work on it. Is 2nd February of that year is Tuesday or not, we have to calculate. Check this one, my dear friends. If 5th February is Monday, then obviously 6th will be Tuesday, right? 6th February will be Tuesday. You just check it out with the data. 6th February is Tuesday. 5th is given as Monday. A person was born on the 5th Monday. Okay, fine. Let's see. One moment. 1st February of that year is Sunday. Yeah. So guys, let's see this one. Okay, let's go back to the question. We decided 29 days already. Okay. The question is not they mentioned 5th is Sunday is not mentioned. One moment. What we can go ahead? 1 second, guys. You have total 29 days that we fixed. Are you clear with that point, right? So 28 days, 29 days is there because 5th Monday may they mention 29 days which is 4 weeks and 1 day. This extra day must and should be Monday. 29th, we came to know only in the data 29th February is Monday. So guys, it's not 5th February is Monday, 29th February is Monday. So just work on it here, 29th, last day must be Monday, then only we will get 5 Mondays. So guys, it's not 5th day is not Monday, sorry, you just consider you have 5 Mondays. So last day, 29th day must be Monday. Okay, 29th Monday means 22nd also 7 days before. 7 days before here 15th also Monday. 7 days before 8th also Monday. 7 days before first date also Monday. So all these are Mondays, my dear friends. First you have 5 Mondays. These are the days. 5 Mondays, guys. Yeah, it's not 5th. It's not 5th. They mentioned 5th Monday is there. Means 29th February is Monday. Okay, every 7 days same thing will come. So these are the days which is Monday. Obviously if you just work on it, 2nd February is Tuesday is correct, my dear friends. 2nd Feb is Tuesday. That's for sure. 2nd February is Tuesday. First is Monday. 2nd is Tuesday. Third one correct. Then first one, yeah, here also you can just see 1st February is Sunday or not. What you got 1st February is Monday. This is not correct because 1st February we got it as Monday. It's not Sunday. So first option eliminated. B option, there will be 5 Sundays. No. only 5 Mondays are possible, only one extra day that is already given for Monday, 5 Sundays not possible, my dear friends, right? So if you want to check it out, yeah, what you can see, first month February is Monday, you can see when is Sunday, okay, and you can check it out for sure. You have only 4 Sundays, one extra day is already given for Monday, we cannot go ahead with that. All Mondays of February was on even dates. No guys, even and odd, because every 7 days, right, after every 7 days same thing will come. You just check it out, 1st February is Monday, first itself not correct, right? Next 7 days after, 8th is Monday, 7 days after 15th, 7 days after 22nd, 1st February is Monday, right? Okay, now you check it out, yeah, this is all not even dates. Is it even dates? 1 is odd, 15 is odd, you can clearly say, okay, this is not correct option, only correct option is C, my dear friends. So guys, the data indirectly given is 29th February is Monday. You consider 29th Feb is Monday, not 5th February. Okay, you just try to understand the data. Indirect info is this. Let's see about the next question, my dear friends. Yeah, this is the question related to area. Let's see the question. This square is 1 centimeter size, both. Each side is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter like that. Now what you have to find, ratio of the unshaded, this is the unshaded portion, my dear friends. Okay, this is all unshaded portion. Ratio of unshaded area in this one and next one, 2 diagrams. These 2 diagrams, what is the unshaded area you have to calculate, and then that ratio you have to find. Unshaded ratio, my dear friends. Let's see here, see this question. They given 1 centimeter size, so this is 1 centimeters, side is 1 centimeter. This one also side is 1 centimeters, okay, fine, 1 centimeter size. Now here, my dear friends, if you observe what they given, this diameter of these 2 circles, you observe the diameter of these 2 circles together is 1 centimeter. For one circle, I can take it like 0.5 diameter. Diameter I am concluding. So for the one circle up to here 0.5 and this one 0.5. Total 1. This is entire 1. For this one 0.5, for this one 0.5, my dear friends. A 0.5 in first one and 0.5 in second one. Now when diameter is 0.5, all these 4 are similar circles, right? When you know one area, total square area minus this 4 times the circle area will give the unshaded area, right? So guys, here this is 0.5 is the diameter. Now what is the radius of the first one? 0.5 is diameter means, yeah, it's nothing but 1 by 2. Radius is 1 by 4. Radius is 1 by 4. Whereas if you see the next one, yeah, 3 diameters. 3 diameters is nothing but 1 centimeter. 1 diameter is 1 by 3. From this radius is nothing but 1 by 6. So guys, radius here of each circle is 1 by 6. Radius here of each circle is 1 by 4. Now you want to find area of unshaded portion. For that, area of square minus area of circle. Here also area of square minus areas of circle. These 2 ratios you have to calculate. See this one, my dear friends. First one, unshaded area. Unshaded area of figure 1. First figure, unshaded area if you want to calculate. What is the total circle? Yeah, square area we have to calculate. Square 1 centimeters. So anyhow 1 square. From that, okay, from the square you should remove this circle. Circle, 4 circles is there, each one with the radius r1 square. So we can put pi into 1 by 4 whole square into 4, my dear friends. See this, into 4 because you have 4 circles. Whereas second one, unshaded area, both ratio you have to calculate. Unshaded area of figure 2. If you just go ahead with the second figure, my dear friends, what is the unshaded area? Yeah, square area is same. You have 9 circles, so 9 into pi, each one radius 1 by 6 already you got. So you can put it like 1 by 6 whole square. So guys, if you just see calculation, Here also pi by 4, here also pi by 4, because this is 36, 9 ones, 9 fours. Cancel, it's both equal, numerator and denominator both equal. We'll get 1:1, my dear friends. Unshaded area of figure 1 and unshaded area of figure 2, what's the ratio they are asking? It's 1:1, option C, my dear friends. Right, so this is here related to area. You can see in forenoon session also, they asked the question related to area, right. See the next question, from spatial aptitude, okay, so figure assembling, you can see we have discussed 13 subtopics during your sessions. So we have one topic where assembling the figure or figure joining, okay, formation of figures, different name, figure assembling or figure formation. This diagram you have to form, which options joining will form this diagram is the question, my dear friends. This diagram is the final target. Okay, ignore the sizes exactly, but try to just identify. This diagram should be formed from the options. Which option will form this diagram? So guys, if you see, here we have a triangle, one triangle, okay. Then below that you have one rectangle shape. You have one rectangle is there. So we need one triangle, one rectangle, right. And now below shape, if you want, if you have 3 triangles, my dear friends, see one triangle here, triangle 1, another triangle here, and third. See, I require 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles and 1 rectangle is required. That's there in the option A. 4 triangles and 1 rectangle required, then this shape will be formed. Okay, this is like we can call figure formation or figure assembling. You have a pieces of figures that joining this diagram, they given the target, okay. This is from spatial aptitude or visual reasoning, my dear friends. See the next question. Averages. In forenoon session also we can see the question from averages. So again here they given question from averages. For the past m days, the average daily production was 100 units per day. Okay, for m days, okay, average is 100. I can say for m days, the average given is nothing but 100, my dear friends. Okay, now today production of 180 units changes the average to 110. Now today 180 is there, so one more day added, already m days, now m plus 1 day added. For m plus 1 days, okay, the average is now 110, the average is changed to 110. Why? Now in this one day you have production of 180 units. 180 units production is there, so because of that 180 units production, average become 110, average is increased. Guys, you can use some 2 methods. One is equal distribution, without any formula you can apply equal distribution concept, or else for your better understanding, first we will discuss normal method. Sum of terms is equal to average into number of terms, my dear friends. That's what average is, sum by the number of terms. You can shuffle, we can write sum of terms equal to average into number of terms. First m days, okay, what is the production? Production of m days, PM. M days, what is the sum of all that is average they given as 100, you have m days, so 100m. Okay, that's one equation, you can consider this as a one equation. Next one, one more day added, now the new average is 110. See, for this m days production, what it may be, now one more production 180 added, one more day added, number of days is m plus 1 and production is 110, my dear friends, average is 110, right. You just see sum equal to average into number of, okay, sum is first m days production and that 180 today, average is now 110, number of days is m plus 1, this is equation 2, my dear friends. From equation 1 and 2, you can write m days production is 100m. So guys, yes, 100m plus 180 is nothing but 110m plus 110. Now you can just see 10m is nothing but equal to 70. Hope you got m equal to 7. They are asking what is the value of m, my dear friends. Hope you got 7, right. You just see the calculations. Yes, they are asking what is the value of m. It is nothing but 7, right. This is using the formula. Other one, equal distribution. Guys, you just recall, average means equal distribution, right? Now let's see, for m days, average is 100, means everybody got 100. What we can consider? Average of m days is 100, average purpose is equal distribution. Once average is done, you can assume, you can imagine every day 100, 100, 100, fine, good. Now, 180 production happened, now it is 110. Okay, they given average become 110. Right, see 180 is there, if this is 100, for example if this is 100, average will not disturb, already 100 is there, if this guy also 100, average become 100 only. Now listen, you just think about, my dear friends, here 10 added, 10 added, 10 extra is there, okay, for how many days? 8 days, means 80 extra. See this, my dear friends, you just observe, okay, that yeah 80 is distributed. 80 is distributed for how many days, you just imagine. See 10 increased per day. What is the increase? Average is increased by how much? 10 increased. Okay, how much extra is there? 80 is there, means 10 is distributed to 8 days. Now 8 days is there, previously m is 7. You just imagine that concept, my dear friends. I will just put it here, you just imagine this scenario. Previous average is 100, now 110. Means 10 increased per day, 10 per day increase. This extra because this guy is more than average. How much more? 80 more. And 10 per day means 8 days is there. That 8 days is m plus 1. Are you understand that simple shortcut? 100 become 110, 10 extra per day. You have 80. Why 80 here extra means? Average is 100, this guy is 180 means 80 extra. That 80 distributed 10 per day means 8 days is there, 8 is this one, m should be 7. If you cannot imagine that, okay, you can go simple using sum equal to average into number of, form the two equations and solve it, my dear friends, right. Now see the next question, here you had to find x value from this inequality and which option is best suitable in terms of, in this real line. In real line you had to map that which is the matching area. So guys, see this, 2 minus 5x is less than or equal to 6x minus 5 divided by 3. Send this 3 to this side, my dear friends. It's 6 minus 15x is less than or equal to 6x minus 5. You just shuffle this one, my dear friends. Yeah, this 6x will come to this side, or maybe this one can go to that side. 6 minus 5, minus 5 come to this side, 11. This minus 15x going to that side, it's 21x. So guys, hope you got x is greater than or equal to 11 by 21. If you just work on this, we got x value is greater than or equal to 11 by 21. So x should be positive, greater than 11 by 21. See here 0, this is negative portion. Negative portion is not covered, x should be positive. Okay, it's around 0.5, 11 by 21, approximately 0.5. So x should be greater than or equal to approximately 0.5. So more than 0.5, it should be okay. Here, negative only it's covered. It's not correct area. It's only negative involved. This is from 0, not from 0. From 0.5, option A is the best representation, my dear friends, for the value of x on real line. You got x value greater than or equal to 11 by 21, means greater than 0.5. So what about this one? This is exactly started at 0. Okay, we need from 0.5 slightly, we have to move away from 0. Okay, right. See the next question, my dear friends. Hope you understand the 5 questions and 1 question from verbal ability. You can say this is all simple related to spelling mistakes. Okay, it's a, yeah, fine, I agree. This is from basic question from verbal ability. See this, writing too many things on the dash while teaching caused make students gets dash. So if you just see this, my dear friends, it's a very basic question given in verbal ability. Writing too many things on the board, okay, while teaching caused make students gets bored. So this is the best suitable option among all, my dear friends. This is the questions we collected, okay, regarding aptitude, my dear friends. We just see the questions, what is there. Okay, so guys, starting with the calendar, this is the question from calendar. In forenoon session, they given from clocks. Now this is the question from calendar. They'll ask from calendar or clocks related questions. So you just see the question from calendar, my dear friends. Okay, regarding 5th Monday is there. So from this point you should consider 29th February is Monday, you can go ahead with that. And next question related to areas, okay, unshaded area of figure 1 with respect to unshaded area of figure 2. And yeah, they are asking from spatial aptitude which diagrams, options joining form this shape. The target is this shape. Which one joining will form the target? You have to find, my dear friends, right? And this is related to average. Sum of terms is equal to average into number of. You can use that, or you can think about equal distribution. Okay, that imagination you required. If not, this is a simple method to solve that. Okay. And inequalities related, you have to find x value. I think after this all questions, my dear friends, you can say the questions are easy and moderate level, not difficult. Okay. So guys, all the best for your upcoming achievements. Okay. So next session will be, will be taken care by Balraj sir. IM subject will be there. Okay. Thank you, my dear friends. Too much.
So coming to IM and war subject, so I have 2 marks questions. Of course, whether correct or not, I don't know. I am very happy because 9 marks from IM and war. Let us have those questions from CPM and PET. So there was a question like related to PET network, and we are supposed to find out expected project completion time. So the question related to PET network. So 2 marks question. So next question related to linear programming, graphical method. So LP, LPP. So graphical method related question, 2 marks. So next question, inventory control. So regarding reorder level, inventory control. So simple EOQ model, and we are supposed to find out reorder level. From here, 2 marks. Next, sequencing and scheduling, n jobs and 2 missions. So from sequencing, so we had a 2 marks question. Next, from forecasting, 1 mark. That is exponential smoothing. Yeah, let us have one by one. First, PET network. Here, 5 activities, and optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. So 3 values are available for each activity. And precedents mentioned. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to find out the expected project completion time. Since it is PET network, the project completion time it should be complete, it should be given like expected project completion time. So what we are going to do, first we have to find out expected duration of each and every activity. So TE we have to find out. So for finding TE, so we use formula TE is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. But luckily here no need to use formula. Why? Because all the values are in arithmetic series. So when the values are in arithmetic series, directly you can take the middle one. So 4, 5, 6, so arithmetic series, directly I can take 5. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, the triplet given in the form of arithmetic series. So obviously we can take the middle one as TE. Anyways, so let us have the TE value. So TE is equal to, what is TE? Expected duration of activity. TE is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. So it is taken from beta distribution. Now for each and every activity I am finding TE value. So 4, 5, 6, so you will get 5. 1, 3, 5, 3 you will get. 1, 2, 3, you will get 2. Next 2, 4, 6, 4 you will get. 3, 4, 5, just you substitute in the formula, you will get the same. After having the expected duration of each and every activity, draw the diagram according to the given precedence. So predecessor means condition. A begins dash, after dash A begins. What is the meaning of that? A is a starting activity. B begins after A, C begins after A, D begins after C, E begins after B and D. So maintaining these relations, we have to draw the diagram. So we have to draw only AOA diagram, activity and arrow diagram. First start with A. So A has no condition. What is the duration of A? 5 days. A 5. Next B after A, C after A. So there are two activities following A, B and C, B, C. So two arrows you can draw. What about duration of B? 3. Duration of C? 2. B 3, C 2. Next D after completion of C. So after C, D starts. E after B and D. So B and D both are giving E. So B, D both you have to join at one circle. From here E we can take. And durations you can substitute. What is the D duration? 4. E duration 4. After completion of the diagram, just check it out whether it is correct or not. A before nothing, B before A, C before A. Is it right? So A before nothing, B before A, C before A. Next D before C, E before B and D. After completion of the diagram, just give the even numbers. While giving even numbers, you can make use of Fulkerson's rule. Tail number should be less, head number should be high. So start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we are supposed to find out project completion time. For finding project completion time, what is the best method we can use? Critical path. Just make use of critical path. No need to estimate the expected duration like EST, LST, EFT, LFT. Not necessary. Directly we can use a method like this, path and duration. So don't waste the time. Directly we can use path and duration. How many paths available in this diagram? There are two paths. First path 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5 or else ABE. Along this path, what is the duration? 5 plus 3, 8 plus 4, 12. Next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you follow this path, what are the activities you come across? ACDE. ACDE. So along this path, what is the duration? 5 plus 2, 7 plus 4, 11 plus 4, 15. So longest path is critical path. So critical path you can highlight with double line. So expected project completion time is equal to critical path duration. Simple. Expected project completion time is equal to critical path duration. Expected project completion time is equal to critical path duration. So what is the answer for this question? 15 days. So in this question, the values are given easily and moreover diagram is easy. Okay, 2 marks question, it's like matter of 2 minutes. Next, okay, this question from inventory control. Okay, when you read the data carefully, so it is a matter of 30 seconds. So within 30 seconds you can answer the question. Just don't try to use the entire data. Of course, it's like a memory based question only. I'm not sure about the terminology, but the student is very confident about this particular question. Inventory level for placing order. Inventory level for placing order is nothing but reorder level. So reorder level, how do you find out reorder level? Reorder level is equal to rate of consumption into lead time. So lead time given as 5 days. So lead time is equal to 5 days. So what next we require? Rate of consumption. For rate of consumption, annual demand mentioned 1000 units per year. So if you know annual demand, easy to find out daily demand. So 1 year is equal to 365 days. So nothing is specified. So we treat 365 as a default value. In few questions, they mentioned 300 working days in a year. So nothing is specified. So we can take directly 365. So first we take the daily consumption. So D is equal to daily consumption or daily demand. So daily demand small d is equal to capital D divided by 365. So 1000 divided by 365. So this is going to be daily demand. So once you know daily demand, then we can find out reorder level. So what is reorder level? Reorder level is equal to small d into lead time. So small d is equal to 1000 divided by 365 into lead time 5 days. So if you, what is the value will get? So this value around 13.69 units. Okay, so it's like simple. Reorder level is equal to 13.69 units. Then one can get doubt, sir, how do you decide it is a reorder level? So how do we conclude it is a reorder level? Okay, for that, simple. Just take the diagram, then you can understand clearly. So in a basic EOQ model, so in the data clearly mentioned, in a basic EOQ model, there is no safety stock. So just like a sawtooth model you will get. And what about this height? This height is nothing but ordering quantity. Of course, here EOQ, economic order quantity is going to be the ordering quantity. And this is going to be cycle time. Okay, since we are not permitting any safety stock, so there is no safety stock, no shortage is permitted in a basic EOQ model. So how you come to know basic EOQ model? Clearly mentioned, the order is placed at EOQ. That's why I am taking the basic EOQ model without any shortage. Now what is reorder level? So reorder level you will get at the end of this stock. So when the stock is ending, so before getting zero stock, somewhere like a little bit ahead, we are going to place an order. So this lead time is going to be the time required to process a purchase order so that we can get the new stock. So this point is known as ROP. So what is the meaning of ROP? Reorder point. And this level is going to be reorder level. So this level is reorder level. Okay, for finding reorder level, what is required? Small d is required. So rate of consumption is required. So reorder level is equal to small d into LT. And in the given data clearly mentioned, inventory level for placing an order. So when you place an order, this is order placing time. So what is the level? Inventory level is equal to reorder level. Of course, if you look at the data, people are keep on doing some research because my subject is industrial management and operations research. So you keep on doing research, enough data is available. So even you can have some 2 minutes, you can work out on this. There is no use. So EOQ you can find out. What is the need of EOQ? Nothing. Just it is a time waste, and even excess data available. Of course, it is only based upon the student data only I am giving. I am not sure about exact question. So according to the question only, it is a matter of 30 seconds. So how much you will get? 13.69 units is the answer. Next, Okay, this question from like a linear programming, graphical method. And of course, in graphical method, definitely you have to use only two variables, right? Graphical method, two variables. The table seems different actually, rows and columns. You change the rows and column, then it is going to be simple. How do you identify the variables here? There are two products. So two products means there are two variables. And there are three columns. These columns are nothing but resources. So first you arrange the data in our systematic manner. We know the known format for us. So what we do generally, products we keep in the form of columns generally. Products. So P1, P2, there are two products. And profit per unit, generally we write in the bottommost row, 150, 100. So just don't use P1, P2 as variables. Better you can use X1, X2. What is X1 here? Let X1 is equal to number of units of product P1. There are two products, no? So product P1, how many units were supposed to produce? X1. X2 will become number of units of product P2. So X1 is equal to number of units of product P1, X2 is equal to number of units of product P2. Okay. Now immediately we can write objective function as maximization. Then how do you get maximization? Because maximum profit mentioned. Moreover, profit means always you have to maximize only. So maximize Z is equal to 150 X1 plus 100 into X2. So 150 X1 plus 100 X2, this is going to be objective function. Now coming to constraints. So there are three constraints, M1, M2, M3. Machines are constraints. So M1, M2, M3. 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2. And the maximum availability, the maximum quantity, of course, it should be a resource availability. Maybe I got the data like this. It should be maximum resource availability. So 70, 50, 40. So these are becoming RHS values. 70. So I'm writing here maximum available. Maximum available 70, 50 and 40. Okay, now with this we can have the constraints. There are three constraints because we have three resources. The first constraint, so let me write objective function as maximize Z is equal to 150 X1 plus 100 X2. Subject to first constraint 2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 70. 2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 70. 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 50. Third constraint 0x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 40. Directly I can write 2x2 less than or equal to 40. This implies x2 less than or equal to 20. So from the three constraints, of course, both are non-negative. The variable should be non-negative strictly. Now you can have graph. So just only graph, that too. No need to use any scale. Simply just draw the diagram and you can mark the points randomly. Just make use of proportions. First constraint 2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 70. So it is passing through. Just you can keep x2 as 0. So 2x1 is equal to 70, x1 is equal to 35, 35 comma 0. So on x-axis x1, on y-axis x2, 35 comma 0. Next 3x2 is equal to 70, x2 is equal to 70 by 3, 0 comma 70 by 3. So just draw a line. After drawing the line, since the constraint has less than symbol 0, 0, if you substitute, it is satisfied, hence shade the area towards origin. So towards origin you can shade. Next second constraint 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 50. So it is passing through 25 comma 0. Next x2 is equal to 50, somewhere here 0 comma 50. And which side you have to shade 0, 0 if a substitute satisfied. So shade towards origin. First constraint we have marked, second constraint we have marked, third constraint x2 less than or equal to 20. Now the question comes, x2 less than or equal to 20, it is passing through 20 comma 0, sorry 0 comma 20. Now what about this point? Okay, I am interested in this point, the intersection point. How do you get this intersection point? Just solve these two equations. If you solve these two equations, you will get this point. Just check it out, this point is going to be 10 comma 20. Okay, if you solve these two equations, you will get 10 comma 20, otherwise just substitute 2 into 10, 20 plus 3 into 20, 60, 60, sorry, this one 10 comma 20, it's like maybe check it out, it is passing through 20 comma 10 it seems, not 10 comma 20, 20 comma 10 it seems, 20 comma 10, or else you can just substitute 2x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 70, 2x1 plus x2 is equal to 50. By solving these two equations, 2x2 is equal to 20, x2 is equal to 10. x2 is equal to 10, what will happen to x1 value? So x1 value is equal to 20, 20 comma 10. So it is passing through 20 comma 10. Now we have the points. Next constraint, x2 less than or equal to 20, x2 less than or equal to 20. Now if you calculate 70 by 3, so 70 by 3, it is more than 20, right? So 20, that line is going to be like this. Okay, 0 comma 20. Now in total, this is going to be downward. And what is the common region for the constraints? If you see the common region is this, is the common region. So in this common region, we have to identify the corner points. The corner points are 0 comma 0, 25 comma 0, 20 comma 10, and this point, and 0 comma 20. Then how do we get this? No, again you have to solve these two equations. 0 comma 70 by 3, first constraint, 2x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 70. So in this you can substitute x2 is equal to 20, x2 is equal to 20. If you substitute, what will happen to x1? 2x1 is equal to 70 minus 60, okay, 10, x1 is equal to 10 by 2, x1 is equal to 5 will get. Am I right? So 2 5s are 10 plus 3 into 20, 60 is enough. So what about this point? This point is 5 comma 20. Okay, in total how many corner points we have? 0 comma 0, say it is O, A, B, C, D. There are 5 corner points. Just get the Z value at these points. Z is equal to 150 x1 plus 100 x2. Z at origin, of course, 0. Z at A, 0 comma 20. 150 into 0 plus 100 into 20. So it's a 2000. Z at B. So what about B point? 5 comma 20. This is a B point. 5 comma 20. 150 into 5 plus 100 into 20. 750 plus 2000. So 2750. Z at C, that is 20 comma 10. 20 comma 10. So 150 into 20 plus 100 into 10. 3000 plus 1000. It is 4000. Next, Z at 25 comma 0. 150 into 25 plus 100 into 0. So 150, how much is 3750. So where we have highest value at, so what is the maximum profit? Z max is equal to 4000 rupees. Okay, so am I right? So what I am doing, I am just taking this point 20 comma 10. Suppose you are getting doubt, so 20 comma 10 is going to be whether feasible or not. Check it out. 20 comma 10 you can substitute in the constraints. So 2 into 20 40, 40 plus 3 into 10 like a 30, 40 plus 30 70, satisfied. And in the second constraint 2 into 20 40 plus 10 50, satisfied. 2 into 20 40. So everything is satisfied and it is giving highest value. So what is the maximum profit here? 4. That's a very simple question. Only thing is graph you have to manage. It's a matter of 2 minutes. Next question from sequencing and scheduling. So n jobs and 2 missions. So when we have n jobs and 2 missions, for finding optimum job sequence we use Johnson's algorithm. For getting optimum make span we have to use optimum sequence. I repeat, optimum make span or minimum make span is only possible with optimum job sequence. So who is going to give optimum job sequence? Johnson's algorithm will give optimum job sequence. Okay, first you have to find out the optimum job sequence. Actually this question is optimum make span. That's why I am finding optimum job sequence. Optimum job sequence. For finding optimum job sequence, how many jobs are there here? 1, 2, 7. Like there are 7 jobs. You can prepare a table with 1 row and 7 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the left hand side you can keep the first machine here, milling. In the second, what is the second machine here? Polishing. Milling and polishing. So first operation is performed on milling machine, second operation is performed on polishing machine. After keeping this, now we choose shortest processing time or minimum processing time in the given set. So what is the minimum processing time among the given processing times? 1 is minimum. So this 1 is against job P7 and where we had this one on polishing. So P7 you can load on polishing side. So P7. Okay, with this it is deleted from the list. Next to minimum you can take. What is the next to minimum? 2. That is job P2 on polishing side. So P2 we can load on polishing side. Then it is over. Just we can delete this. Next minimum value 3, 4, 4, 6, like 3 is the minimum. So this is against job P3 on milling side. So I am just keeping P3 on milling side. Now with this it is scheduled. Okay, just delete from the consideration. Next to minimum 8, 6, 4, 6, 5, 7. What is the minimum value? 4 is the next to minimum. So this is like actually how many places you got? 4? 2 places. P4, P6. Now tie occurs. When tie occurs, just you can make use of another value. So what is another processing time? 6. Here also another processing time 6. Again tie occurs. Any one you can take. So both are having same values. Any one you can take. Randomly you can choose. So I am choosing P4. If I choose P4, where I have to load P4? Milling side. So P4 I have to load milling side. Suppose if I choose P6, where should I load? P6 polishing side. So both you can take. Either you can take P6 or P4, that is up to you. After scheduling P4 and P6, just you can delete these 2 from the list. Next 5, 7, 8, 6. What is the minimum value? 5. That is P5 in milling side. And only one job left over, that is P1. So where you have to keep P1? Here. So what is the sequence you will get? P3, P4, P5, P1, P6, P2, P7. So for this sequence you have to find out optimum job sequence. Sorry, optimum make span. Optimum make span or optimal, same. Optimum make span. So I suggest one simple method for finding optimum job sequence. You can just keep like this: job, first machine milling, in time, processing time, out. Next, second machine is polishing, in time, processing time, out. Okay, take the sequence: P3, P4, P5, P3, P4, P5. Next, P1, P6, P2, P1, P6, P2, P7. Okay. After having this, substitute the processing times. So what about the processing times? First I am taking P3. P3 values 3, 4. 3, 4. Next P4 values 4, 6. 4, 6. Next P5 values 5, 7. Next P1 8, 6. Next P6 6, 4. Next P2 3, 2. Next P7 2, 1. P7 2 and 1. So 2, 1, right? Next, after completion of, after keeping the values, now you can have the calculation. So my suggestion, as you know, generally we do like this. After completion of this P3, then you can move to P4, like that will move. But the best method is like this: 3, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 20, 26, 29, 31. So first I am completing the first operation. After that, this is going to be the input to the next machine. So this value you can keep here. So 3, 3 plus 4, 7. After having this, you can compare machine out and job out. 7, 7. What is the maximum? 7. 13, 13 and 12. So which is maximum? 13 is maximum. 20, 20 and 20, which is maximum? 20 is a maximum. Of course, same only will take. 26, 26, 26, same 26. 30, 29, which is maximum? 30 is maximum. 32, 32 and 31, which is maximum? 32 is maximum. So what is the value we'll get? 33. Okay, just check it out. The value is equal to 33. So optimum make span is equal to 33. So make span is nothing but the completion time of last job in the sequence. So 33 is the optimum make span. Optimum or minimum make span is equal to 33 units. Of course, whatever units, we don't know the units, that's why 33 I am writing. So this is regarding n jobs and 2 missions. So next question related to forecasting. So this is the last question, of course, 1 mark and a very easy exponential smoothing. So in exponential smoothing, what we do, forecast error we are going to include while estimating the forecast. The previous period forecast error also we include. So new forecast is equal to old forecast plus alpha into forecast error. So this is standard formula. New forecast is equal to old forecast plus alpha times of forecast error. Now what we do, F January, actually January is given, February we have to find out, right? F February is equal to F January plus alpha into error in month of January, D Jan minus F Jan. And what is available, what is not available, just substitute. In a car manufacturing, January sales found to be 20 units. January sales estimated means it is like a forecast. Okay, I can read like this because actual sale mentioned. Actual sale means the actual demand, and estimated means like forecast. So 20, 120, like a lot of difference is there. I'm not sure about the numericals, but only I'm right now my interest only the formula and the procedure, because I'm getting doubt here. 20, 120, of course, the student produce this data only. So based on that data, I'm just working and I'm just using the numericals 120, sorry, actual forecast and actual demand. Here F January 20, because this is F January is equal to 20, and actual demand D January is equal to 120. Alpha, this actually alpha is equal to 0.2. So 20 plus 0.2 into error in the month of January 120 minus 20. Okay, so error is equal to 100. So how much it is? 20 plus 20 percentage of error. Of course 20 only will get. So 40 units. So February forecast is equal to 40 units. Okay. So these are the questions from IM and OR. Next we have analysis by Malakonde sir, so related thermodynamics.
Hello students, welcome to the thermal part. As per the students database, in the afternoon session, 16 marks asked from thermal science. Again it is proved that it is most important core subject for GATE exam. Let us take the first question. The very first question is, it is asked for 1 mark, given like this. Which of the following is intensive property? Mass is coming under extensive property, volume also extensive property, energy also extensive property, density is coming under intensive property. Therefore, option C is absolutely correct. Similarly, let us take the another question. look at the question given for 2 marks. It is asked like this. 1 kg of ideal gas is at 1 bar, temperature 300 Kelvin, is placed in a rigid and insulated container. The container is rigid and insulated. A stirrer performs 225 kilojoules of work on the gas. Assuming that container does not participate in thermodynamic interaction, the final pressure of the gas is, of course, specific heat at constant volume given 750 joules per kg Kelvin. It is equal to 0.75 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Let me draw the schematic diagram for the given data. This may be the rigid tank. It is perfectly insulated. Once it is perfectly insulated, the heat interaction between the system and surroundings is 0. Of course, some gas is there inside the system. The gas inside the system can be treated as a closed system. For a closed system, energy balance equation is non-flow energy equation, that is Q equal to W plus du. W plus du. एक minute. W plus du. Here heat transfer Q equal to 0. Q equal to 0. Then W equal to minus du. But it is given that a stirrer is connected to the insulated rigid tank. That stirrer is consuming 225 kilojoules of work. 225 kilojoules of work. Since the stirrer is coming under power consuming system, therefore the work interaction with respect to gas is work done on the system. Thermodynamic sense is that work done on the system itself is negative. Therefore, this work itself is negative. Negative sign will be cancelled. Finally, the stirrer work is equal to change in internal energy, that is equal to mCV into T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. M is given 1 kg, CV given 0.75 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. The initial temperature is given 300 Kelvin. From this I can decide the temperature after the stirrer work is transferred to gas. That temperature is 600 Kelvin. 600 Kelvin. But what it is asked to find? The final pressure of the gas inside the tank. You know, the tank is the rigid one, is maintaining the constant volume. Assume the gas which is present in the rigid tank is ideal gas. For an ideal gas at constant volume, pressure is directly proportional to temperature according to Galasi's law. From this I can write that P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. We have the P1 value, T1 value, T2 value. From this you can decide the P2. From that I can find the P2. This P2 equal to P1 by T1 into T2. Here P1 is given 1 bar, T1 is given 300 Kelvin, T2 600 Kelvin. Finally it is 2 bar. That is the pressure of the gas after the stirrer work is transferred to the gas. I hope all of you clearly understood. Now let us take the another question. Look at the another important question. It is given like this. A rigid tank which is initially evacuated is of volume 8 meter cube. The volume of the container or evacuated rigid tank is 8 meter cube. This is the volume occupied by the gas and is being filled with air from pipeline. The final pressure and temperature inside the pipeline is 600 kilopascal and 306 Kelvin. Of course, initially the rigid tank is evacuated, perfectly evacuated, but a pipe is connected to supply the gas at a pressure of 600 kilopascal with initial temperature 306 Kelvin. The filling takes place till the pipeline pressure is equal to tank pressure. After the gas is entering to the tank, the final pressure of the gas equal to pressure maintained by the gas in the pipeline, that is 600 kilopascal. If the heat loss during the filling process is 1000 kilojoules, the heat transfer from system to outside is 1000 kilojoules, then the final temperature of the air in the tank is, of course, Cp given, Cv given. For this, let me construct the diagram. It is given that the tank is initially rigid and evacuated. Of course, it may not be insulated because the heat transfer from system to surroundings given. A pipe is connected for supplying the gas. A pipe is connected for supplying the gas. The pressure maintained by the gas while the gas is passing through the pipe is P1. That P1 is given, initial pressure is 600 kilopascal, of course temperature 306 Kelvin. The pressure of the gas is 600 kilopascal, temperature Ti equal to, or T1 is equal to 306 Kelvin. It may not be insulated, therefore the heat transfer to outside is given, I think it is 1000 kilojoules per kg. 1000 kilojoules of heat is transferred to outside. The amount of heat transferred to outside is 1000 kilojoules. You are asked to find the final temperature of the gas, in the rigid tank. Now let us connect the energy balance equation for the system. The total energy which is entering to the system must be equal to energy stored in the rigid tank plus energy which is lost to surroundings. That is the law of conservation of energy. The total input energy must be equal to energy stored in the gas in the rigid tank plus energy which is transferred out because of the non-insulated system. Assume initial mass of the gas is m1 and final mass of the gas is m2. Initial mass of the gas inside the rigid tank is m1, final mass of the gas is m2. Then the amount of gas which is entering to the rigid tank through the pipeline is m2 minus m1. m2 minus m1 be the amount of energy which is entering to the rigid tank through the pipeline. By the time the gas is flowing through the pipeline, the gas is treated as open system. The energy possessed by the open system is enthalpy. Therefore, the energy possessed by the gas while it is entering to the rigid tank is m2 minus m1 into enthalpy of the gas, H. It must be equal to change in energy of the gas in the closed tank, that is the energy possessed by the gas or any material in the closed system is internal energy. The final internal energy is m2u2 minus initial internal energy may be m1u1. So this is the energy stored by the gas in the closed. It is perfectly evacuated. What is the m1 value? 0. If m1 is 0, then it is becoming m2 into h equal to m2u2 plus heat transferred to surroundings from the system. It can be also written as h equal to u2 plus heat transfer divided by final mass of the gas. But what is the general formula for finding the enthalpy? Enthalpy H equal to Cp into T. It is clearly given that ideal gas is passing through the system. For any ideal gas, enthalpy is the function of temperature, internal energy also function of temperature. H equal to CPT, it is equal to CV into T2 plus the heat transfer Q divided by ideal gas equation is P2 V2 is equal to M2 into R into T2. From this M2 equal to P2 V2 by R into T2, R into T2. The Cp into initial temperature of the gas while it is entering to the tank is T1 is equal to Cv, of course Cp and Cv both are given, into T2 plus heat transfer divided by this mass is this M2, M2 in the place of M2 I can write this value Q divided by P2 V2 by RT2. Of course it can be also written as, let me write it directly because of limited space, let me write it directly, it can be also written as Q into RT2 divided by P2 into V2. Of course the tank is rigid, initial volume and final volume both are equal, that volume is given, it is 8 meter cube. The volume occupied by the gas in the tank is 8 meter cube. The final pressure of the gas in the tank P2 equal to pressure of the gas while it is entering to the system, that is equal to 600 kilopascal, 600 kilopascal. And this R equal to characteristic gas constant Cp minus Cv. Of course Cp and Cv both are given, the Cp is 1.005, Cv given, the Cp minus Cv equal to R. So here R is known, P2 is known, V2 is known, Q is known. From this the unknown value is T2. From this you can decide the final temperature of the gas inside the tank. That final temperature of the gas inside the tank I got is 395.43 Kelvin. That is the final temperature of the gas inside the rigid tank. I hope all of you clearly understood. Now let us take the next question. Look at the next question. It is asked like this. Steam mass flow rate 500 kg per second enters the turbine with enthalpy of 3500 kilojoules per kg, that is the initial enthalpy of the steam H1. Of course entropy also given, generally entropy is marked with S1. Since it is the initial entropy I marked with S1, it expands reversibly to condenser pressure and heat loss occurs at 300 Kelvin. That means turbine may not be perfectly insulated, because of that heat is lost to surroundings. If exit enthalpy and entropy are 2500 kilojoules per kg, this is the enthalpy of the steam at the exit of the turbine, and 6.3 be the entropy of the steam at the exit of the turbine respectively, then work output of the turbine. This problem is connected to exergy or available energy. The available energy of the turbine is equal to H1 minus H2 minus T0 into S1 minus S2. It is giving in kilojoules per kg, but material quantity is given 500 kg per second. Therefore, it should be multiplied with mass flow rate of the steam. Here you know the mass flow rate of the steam. Mass flow rate of the steam is known. H1 is given, H2 is given, T0. T0 means dead state temperature. The dead state temperature is given 300 Kelvin. Initial entropy is given, final entropy also given. This is the final entropy. You substitute all the values for getting the actual work expected from the turbine, that is also called exergy or available energy. That available energy I got is 470,000 kilowatts equal to 470 megawatts. That is the expected work from the turbine with some heat transfer to outside. I hope all of you clearly got my point. Let us take the next question. Look at the next question. It is given like this. In refrigeration system, refrigerant enters the compressor at saturated condition with specific enthalpy of 250 kilojoules per kg. The refrigerant is entering to compressor with an enthalpy H1. The true refrigerant is entering to the compressor in saturated condition, that H1 is equal to Hg1, that is 250 kilojoules per kg, and leaves with an enthalpy, the refrigerant is leaving from the compressor with an enthalpy H2 is 300 kilojoules per kg. If the enthalpy of saturated liquid, if the enthalpy of the saturated liquid at evaporated pressure is 50 kilojoules per kg. So, specific liquid enthalpy corresponding to the evaporator pressure is given 50 kilojoules per kg. Of course, COP of the system is given, COP equal to 3. The dryness fraction of the refrigerant at entry to the evaporator is, of course, different options are given. This problem can be solved like this. Let us mark the pressure versus enthalpy coordinate system. Pressure versus enthalpy coordinate system. With pH coordinate system, the saturation dome may be appearing like this. The vapor compression refrigeration system has only two pressure limits. Pressure before compression is P1. Of course, that pressure before compression P1 itself is the evaporator pressure. Pressure after compression P2, that pressure after compression itself equal to condenser pressure. P2 equal to condensation pressure. It is clearly given that the refrigerant is entering to the compressor under saturation state. For that, wherever this P1 is meeting the saturated vapor dome, you mark the state 1. That is the state where the refrigerant is beginning the compression. At that particular state, the enthalpy is H1. Of course, that H1 is given. The H1 is given 250 kilojoules per kg. Then, the compression is generally following the rule isentropic process, reversible adiabatic process. The enthalpy of the refrigerant after compression process is H2. That superheated refrigerant is entering to the condenser, where the superheated refrigerant is becoming saturated liquid refrigerant. That saturated liquid refrigerant is throttling isenthalpically, where enthalpy is remaining constant. At this particular state, the refrigerant is entering to evaporator. This saturated vapor is becoming, the two-phase mixture is becoming saturated vapor by the time the refrigerant is absorbing the heat from working stuff. Finally, it is asked to find what is the dryness fraction of the refrigerant. What is the dryness fraction of the refrigerant at the beginning of the evaporation process. For this particular problem, COP is given, COP equal to 3. But what is the COP? COP equal to refrigeration effect divided by work input of the system. The refrigeration effect is H1 minus H4. Of course, H4 equal to H3. H1 minus H4 divided by H2 minus H1. COP equal to H1 minus H4 by H2 minus H1. Here H2 is given, this H2 is given, H1 is given, COP is given. From this you get the H4 value. That H4 value I got is the enthalpy at the beginning of the evaporation I got is 100 kilojoules per kg. But look at the state of the refrigerant. The state of the refrigerant at state 4 is in wet state. This H4 must be equal to HF corresponding to evaporator pressure plus X4 into HFG. HFG corresponding to evaporator pressure. This HFG corresponding to evaporator pressure is equal to Hg minus HF corresponding to evaporator pressure. Here H4 is known, the H4 is known, this H4 is known, HF corresponding to evaporator pressure, it is given HF corresponding to evaporator pressure 50 kilojoules per kg. This is given 50 kilojoules per kg. HFG equal to Hg minus HF. Of course, this H1 itself equal to Hg. This Hg is known, HF also known. The unknown value is X4. That X4 value I got is 0.25. 0.25. Now look at the options. Option B is absolutely correct. Dear students, these are the problems I have received so far. If some more problems are available with me, definitely I will discuss those problems also. Thank you very much. The next session is the theory of machines, please.
Welcome students. Now we will be discussing the questions from theory of machines and vibrations. So this is the question given. A second order damped system is given by the equation. That is this is the general equation of the second order system. The damping factor is equal to, that is zeta is equal to 1 by 2 pi times of log 2 to the base e. Damping factor is given in terms of log. The displacement x is used during hammering test. Displacement in positive direction is 4 mm. Neglect the highest power greater than 1 for damping ratio. Find the displacement at the next peak in the positive direction is dash mm. Okay, so for this question, basically, let me just draw the plot. For the damped systems, the response will be like this. So here we have seen that the amplitude decreases in the geometrical progression. Okay, so let us say this will be x1, amplitude at the beginning of the cycle, and next this would be x2, that is amplitude after the completion of one cycle. So these two we have expressed mathematically in terms of logarithmic decrement, that is log of x1 by x2 is equal to 2 pi zeta by root over 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so here x1 is given, yes. The first amplitude is given and the next peak or the next amplitude we are required to find. So this I can write it as log of 4 by x2 is equal to 2 pi, zeta value is what? Zeta is in terms of 1 by 2 pi times of log 2 to the base e. That is into 1 by 2 pi times of log 2 to the base e, or ln natural logarithm we can write, divided by 1 minus zeta square, that is 1 minus of zeta is 1 by 2 pi times of log 2 whole square. Okay, so upon solving this we'll be getting the answer that as 0.697 Okay, and after removing this logarithm, we can write it as 4 by x2 is equal to log e to the power of 0.697. Okay, so x2 will be equal to 4 by e to the power of 0.697, which is approximately 2 mm. So it is a single formula question. Very easily it can be solved. Okay, if you observe the data carefully. Right, guys? So moving forward with the next question. Yes. A rotor has eccentric masses arranged as shown in figure below. The value of both the masses are 1 kg and eccentricity is 1 centimeter. Okay. So here is the arrangement given. If the masses are to be balanced by adding a single mass of root 2 kgs, then the radial location of balancing mass is dash. So guys, here we can see these two are the masses for a rotor, and those two masses are radially placed, and the angle between them, angle subtended between them, here it is 90 degrees, but here this data is not given, so we could not locate the angular position of the balancing mass. Okay, but the radial location of the balancing mass can be easily located. Okay, so that can be done by, that is here, the resultant of these two masses. We can calculate. Okay, so that is, let us say this is M1 and this is M2. This is M1 and M2. So I can write here resultant is equal to, that is MR M1 R1 omega 1 square plus M2 R2 omega 2 square. So omega here for 1 and 2 it will be same, so that will be cancelled out. Okay, and this force, the resultant force, or basically which is going to represent the balancing mass, so I can replace this with mass of the that is magnitude of the balancing mass into radial location of the balancing mass. Okay, just a minute, guys. Yes, let me do it once again. Here these two masses are making an angle of 90 degrees. So their resultant, we can directly replace these two masses with the single resultant. Okay, so let me just write the data here. M1 is 1 kg and M2 is 1 kg. Eccentricity of 1 is also 1 kg. Eccentricity of 2 is 1 kg. So their resultant, I can write it as, they are held at certain angles. So I can write it as M1 E1 whole square plus M2 E2 whole square raised to the power of 0.5. This is equal to balancing mass into radial location of the balancing mass. Okay, so here balancing mass is given as root 2 into RB is equal to mass is 1 kg and eccentricity is also 1 centimeter. So this will be 1 square plus 1 square raised to the power of 0.5. Okay, so RB here will be equal to 1 centimeters. Okay, RB will be equal to 1 centimeters. So the angular positions are missing, so we could not determine the angular position of the balancing mass, but the radial location can be determined. Okay, so this is the data what we got from the students. So based on that, I am giving my opinion. Okay, right, guys, moving forward with the next question. Yes, this is another question. A rod is kept horizontal with the help of two strings AB and CD. Okay, and if the string AB is cut, then the direction of reactive gyroscope is dash. So this rod is being kept horizontal with the help of strings AB and CD, and there is a disc rotor provided which is rotating in the direction given. Okay, so here if we see, the rotor is rotating in according to the direction of omega. We can see the thumb is pointing. If the observer is here, So we can see that thumb is pointing away from the observer. The fingers are curling in clockwise sense, or this is the rotation given in clockwise sense. Okay, so this will be the direction of velocity of spin. Okay, velocity of spin, and this is the coordinate system given to us, guys. Right, now it says that the string AB is cut. String AB is being cut. So once this string is being cut, we'll see this rod is going to move in anti-clockwise sense. We'll see the rod is moving in anti-clockwise sense with reference to z-axis. With reference to z-axis. Okay, this will be z-axis, and this is how the rod is going to rotate. Okay, so this will be the velocity of precision, or axis defining the velocity of precision. Right? So the thumb rule here is that we have to rotate omega, in the direction of omega p by 90 degrees. Rotate omega in the direction of omega p by 90 degrees. If I rotate, this will be the direction. Okay, and this direction will be active gyroscope. Active gyroscope. Okay, and opposite to this will be the direction of reactive gyroscope. Opposite to this will be the direction of reactive gyroscope. Now this is pointing in the negative y direction. So the unit vector will be, that is j cap, minus j cap. Okay, unit vector will be minus j cap. So there may be a change in the coordinate system. So whatever the data what we have got, and I'm trying to give you an approximate result and the correct concept. Okay guys, so the direction of reactive gyroscope will be minus j omega. Along the minus j omega, reactive gyroscope will be defined. Okay, moving to the next question. Yes, this is a 4-bar mechanism, guys. The question is, in the mechanism shown below, if the link 2 is given an angular velocity of 5 radians per second, omega 2 is equal to 5 radian per second. Okay, and then the angular velocity of link 4, that is omega 4, is equal to how much? So this question, I mean, definitely we have seen in the test series also, and this is a simple 4-bar mechanism, and with the simple dimensions, like you will be using 1 or 2 trigonometric ratio or something, some Pythagoras theorem, right? And then with that single formula, you will be able to get the data, required data for locating the eye centers, or knowing the lengths. Okay, and simply you have to apply the Kennedy's theorem. Okay, so here number of links will be equal to 4. Number of links will be equal to 4, and number of eye centers will be equal to 4c2, that is equal to 6. So let me just number the links here, guys. This will be fixed link. Number is given already. So this will be I12, the revolute joint itself becomes the eye center. This will be I23. Similarly, this will be I34, and this will be I41. Okay, I41. Now we are required to know the velocity of output link. So the formula would be omega 2 by omega 4 is equal to I14 I24 by I12 I24. This would be the formula, guys, and I need to locate I24. This will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. I need to locate I24. Okay, this will be the Kennedy's circle. 24 will be collinear, 2, 4 will be collinear with 1, 2 and 1, 4. With 1, 2 and 1, 4, this is one combination. And 2, 4 will be also collinear with 2, 3 and 3, 4. 2, 3 and 3, 4, this is another combination. Okay. So based on this combination, I have to locate I, 2, 4. Okay. So 1, 2 and 1, 4, 1, 2 and 1, 4, this is the line. 1, 2 and 1, 4, this is the line, guys. Okay. Next is 2, 3 and 3, 4, 2, 3 and 3, 4, this is the line. So this will be I, 2, 4. This will be I, 2, 4. So I12 and I24 is 2 centimeters. I12 and I24 is 2 centimeters. Next is I24 and I14 is 8 centimeters. Is 8 centimeters. Okay. So this will be 8 centimeters. And omega 2, I guess it is given to us as 5 radian per second. This is 5 and this will be omega 4. So omega 4 will be equal to 10 by 8, which is equal to 1.25 radians per second. Okay. So these were the questions what I have received, and I would like to invite my another colleague to take this discussion forward.
Let us move ahead for the strength of material question. Till far we are having two questions, one from torsion concept, the second one the concept of principal stresses and strains. This is the first question from torsion concept. It's a very simple question. This case is related to the shafts under parallel connection. So what is the data we are having? From that we are collecting this one. Read the question. A solid cylinder of length L that is enclosed with a hollow cylinder, outer diameter 2D, yes,
This is the outside diameter of hollow one and inner diameter d units. Modulus of rigidity for the solid rod is 3 times. This is clearly mentioned, 3 times that of hollow cylinder. What we required? We require the ratio of maximum shear stress inner to the outer cylinder. So first of all, this case is a parallel connection. And what we need to find out? Maximum shear stress inner to maximum shear stress outer. That's it. This is we required. Now, this we can solve in 2 ways. The first way is shortcut method I will take. As we know the torsion equation, when you take the torsion equation, T upon J equal to tau over R equal to G theta over R. But we know in case of torsion, this ratio is a constant. This ratio is constant. Now, instead of using this first term, I am taking these 2 terms into the consideration. When we are taking this one, tau, that should be equal to G dot R dot G theta, theta divided by L. Now, this relation I can use for both inner and outer shafts. Now, when I am taking this one, tau max for inner divided by tau max for outer. If you take G R max theta over L for inner divided by G R max theta over L for outer. Now, simply you can substitute the values. If you substitute the values, G for inner, it is clearly mentioned 3G over G. R max for inner, if you take it is a D over 2, and R max for outer, it is a D units, and this ratio, as this ratio is constant, this is going to be getting cancelled. D getting cancelled, G getting cancelled, this is 1, and we are having 3 over 2, then it is 1.5. This is a simple short trick. Otherwise, we can use the compatibility concept, that is theta for inner equal to theta for outer. As we are having the arrangement in parallel connection, from this relation we are having the relation between T inner to T outer. Then that relationship you can apply in the formula of tau max, but this is somewhat lengthy, better to use the short trick. Next question, if you take this question, we are having from the principal stresses. This is a direct question, but the data what we are having, based on that condition we try to solve this question. Maybe this second figure having some doubt, maybe it is correct or not, but as per this data we try to solve this question. Read the question. An elastic, linear elastic structure under plane stress condition is subjected to 2 sets of loading. That 2 sets of loading are clearly mentioned. This is set 1 and this is set 2. The resulting state of stress at a point corresponding to, there are 2 loadings are as shown in the figure. That means at one point here these 2 set of loadings are simultaneously we are applying on the member. If there are 2 sets of loading are applied simultaneously, then what is the net normal component of stress sigma x? Net we require. That means what is the sigma x in set 1 and what is the sigma x in set 2? If I know these 2, then by adding these 2, I am getting the resultant normal stress component. Now, when you observe the set 1, now look at here directly the directions are mentioned. This is x direction, this is y direction. In y direction we are not having any stress, but in x direction whatever the stress component we are having, that is itself it is a sigma. So, sigma x1 if I take, what is its value? Sigma, my dear friends. Now let us take this one, this direction. Come to the second set. This is second set. If I take the second set, this is the x1 direction and this is the y1 direction, clearly mentioned. Now sigma y1, if you are observing sigma y1, it is given as sigma, and sigma x1 in this case is 0. Now we are having 45 degrees angle with respect to x1. That direction it is mentioned as x. So here nothing but, if you take sigma theta, can I say it is nothing but sigma x? Obviously. So we need to find out the sigma x in second set. Once we have this value, simply if we add these two, we are getting the resultant normal stress components. How should I get? By applying the Mohr circle method, we can solve this one, or by using the analytical method, we can solve it. Directly I am using this one, analytical method. If I take this one, from analytical method, we can find out sigma x, sigma theta equal to sigma x1 plus sigma y1 divided by 2 plus sigma x1 minus sigma y1 divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau x1 y1 sin 2 theta. As there is no shear on this second element, you can put this 0. And what is theta? Theta, it is making an angle 45 degrees with respect to horizontal plane. But as per the standard element, if you take this one, this is also 45. We know that. So theta here also 45 degrees. Just you can substitute theta 45 degrees. As when you are substituting a theta 45 degrees, this term becomes cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. This term is 0 we are having. Then this is nothing but sigma x2, second set. Then sigma x1, here it is 0. Sigma y1, it is given as sigma divided by 2. So what is sigma x2 we are having now? Sigma divided by 2. Then finally, if you take the resultant normal stress component in x direction, if you take, that is sigma x1 plus sigma x2. Sigma x1 we are having sigma. Sigma x2 we are having sigma divided by 2. If you take, this is 3 sigma divided by 2, my dear friends. So option B is correct as per this given data. Next, we will continue this session with our colleague, heat transfer by Devanand sir. Please take charge, sir.
Hello everyone, hope your paper is well. So today is a very special day for me because when it comes to heat transfer, in the morning session as well as in the afternoon session, everywhere the heat transfer weightage is like 8 marks, right? And in the morning session, I am shocked because the question on convection is not there. But in the afternoon session, one question came. So there are so many questions are there, but you know very well, today our agenda is to discuss about the memory based question. That's why some selected questions I kept here and I am going to solve. So as you can see, this is the internal flow problem related to convection. Similar question already there in the previous gate based upon the same concept. Now we will discuss. It is lengthy. It takes a little bit time of calculation. So as you can see, consider a hydrodynamic and thermal fully developed fluid of 1 kg per second. So mass flow rate is given, that is 1 kg per second in a uniformly by heated pipe with a diameter 0.1 meter and length 40 meter, and the heat flux Q, that is 15,000 watt per meter square, is imposed on outside of the pipe, full stop. The bulk mean temperature of the fluid, so make sure that average temperature is given at the entrance of the pipe is 200 degree Celsius. Reynolds number 85000 means 85,000. Prandtl number is 5. Thermal conductivity is 0.08 watt per meter Kelvin. Specific heat 2600 joule per kg Kelvin. And on the basis of correlation, the Nusselt number is given 0.023, Reynolds number raised to power 0.8, Prandtl number raised to power 0.4 is applicable. So what in the question, what is asked? The surface temperature of the pipe at the outlet. So everyone please take care of that. This is the memory based question. Some data may be here and there. So based upon this data, we are going to solve this question. Make sure that it is Reynolds number, that is 85,000. So clearly it is in turbulent flow. So as you know, if the flow is in turbulent, we need to use Dittus-Boelter equation, which is already given in the question. So as you know, whenever the Nusselt number correlation is given, it is clearly meaning that we have to find the heat transfer coefficient. Without calculating heat transfer coefficient, we can't solve the problem. So first, with this correlation, we can find out H. And what is asked? The surface temperature of the pipe at outlet, and make sure that in the first line only it is mentioned it is fully developed flow, so no need to think whether it is what will happen. Everything related to fully developed flow only, because it is clearly mentioned. So if you take pipe, this is the pipe where continuously there is a heat flux. So heat flux given, the data is given 15,000 watt per meter square, okay, and diameter is 0.1, so this is 0.1 meter, and length is 40 meter, okay, right. The bulk mean temperature of the fluid at the entrance, so here Ti, that is 200 given, right, 200 given, Reynolds number 85,000, Prandtl number 5. So see, this is the outlet temperature TO. This is the outlet temperature TO, but please try to understand, in the question it is clearly mentioned the surface temperature of the pipe at outlet. Examiner is not asking the temperature of the fluid. The examiner is asking the temperature of the surface, right? And it is a fully developed flow. So how you will solve it? First of all, try to understand, for fully developed, right? What will happen in fully developed flow? Heat transfer coefficient is constant. This is the important point. Now, Q is equal to Newton's law of cooling, Ts minus Tm. What is Tm? Tm is mean temperature at any location. So as you can see, Ts minus Tm is equal to Q by H. In this problem, Q is constant and it is a fully developed flow, so H is also constant. So now what you will get? You will get Ts minus Tm is equal to constant. So if you understand this point, then you can solve any question. So in case of thermal fully developed flow, when surface is maintained at constant heat flux, the temperature difference remain constant. So Ts minus Tm. What does it mean? It means if the surface temperature is increasing, then fluid temperature will also increase. So this is Ts, this is Ti, this is Ts, this is To. So you know very well it is linear and parallel. Linear and parallel. Okay. So what does it mean? What does it mean? As you can see, as the surface is heating due to the electric coil or something, so surface temperature is increasing. If surface temperature will increase, that heat will go to the fluid and fluid temperature also increases. So at this point surface temperature different, at this point surface temperature is different, but ultimately that difference remain constant. So that is the key in this question. So this difference remain constant. Then what to do in such cases? See, H is constant, but we don't know the value of H. So first we need to use this relation and we need to find H. So if you use this relation, so see I can write here Nusselt number is equal to HD by K is equal to 0.023, Reynolds number raised to power 0.8 and Prandtl number raised to power, question it is given 0.4. So now it's very simple job, right? You can substitute the Reynolds number value, you can substitute the Prandtl number value, you can substitute the diameter and K. So directly without wasting time, I will give you the value of H, which already I calculated. So H value you will get 307.567 watt per meter square Kelvin. So what I want to say, based upon that data, this is your H value. So just substitute Reynolds number, Prandtl number, thermal conductivity, diameter, you will get the H. Once you get the H, it is a fully developed flow. So we can write like that, Q is equal to small q into area, m dot Cp, To minus Ti. You can write like this. See, so small q, which is already given, small q given 15,000. So 15,000 into pi, diameter into length, right, is equal to mass flow rate given, that is 1, and specific heat is given 2600. So that is 12600. So 12600 into To minus inlet bulk temperature, that is 200. So substitute here, if you substitute, then you will get outlet temperature. Directly I will give value. If you calculate, you will get 272.5 degrees Celsius. This is your answer. But in hurry way, don't put this answer, because this is the outlet temperature of the fluid, not the surface. So we have to be very careful. If you read the question, what is mentioned here, the surface temperature of pipe at outlet. So we need to find surface temperature. So in such cases, what you need to do, small q is equal to H, Ts at outlet minus outlet temperature of fluid. So just substitute, this is 15,000 into H value already we calculated, that is 307.567 into Ts outlet minus outlet temperature of the fluid 272.5. So if you calculate Ts outlet, surface temperature at outlet, so if you calculate, you will get 321.269 degrees Celsius. So this is your answer. So make sure that here we are just discussing the generalized procedure, that this is memory based question, the value may be here and there. So value may be here and there, because of that your answer it may not be matching. So don't worry at all. Based upon your data, if your procedure is correct, then definitely you got the right answer. So this is your outlet temperature. Little bit lengthy, but it's very easy. You can solve in the exam hall, right? Similar question already there in the gate. And there is one more question is there, which is very simple. I expect everyone already did it, but just I will solve within 1 minute. You see, the question is saturated vapor 200 degrees Celsius condenses. So examiner is talking about condenser to saturated liquid 150 kg per second on a shell side, okay, where HFG is given 2400. Make sure that it is kilojoule per kg. Fluid in the tube, that is specific heat given 4 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, enter at 100 degrees Celsius. Effectiveness of the heat exchanger is 0.9. So what we need to find? Mass flow rate of the fluid in the tube. Simple. It's a condenser, so temperature is same. So as you know, in condenser it doesn't matter whether it is parallel or counter, right? So this is TH2, so this is 200, this is 200, this is 100, this we don't know, right? So effectiveness is given, that is 0.9. So always remember, if the fluid is under phase change, it has Cmax value infinite. So this is Cmax, so this will be Cmean, right? This is Cmax. If fluid is under phase change, it is always Cmax, so this is Cmean. So that you need to identify. Now TC2 we don't have, but you know very well effectiveness is equal to what? Q actual by Q max. So you can write m dot c Cc Tc2 minus Tc1 by Cmean Th1 minus Tc1. So this get cancel out. Effectiveness is 0.9 is equal to Tc2 we don't know minus Tc1, so it is 100, Th1 that is 200 minus 100. So Tc2, so make sure that it is 100 into 0.9, 90, this is 100. So if you solve this, you will get 190, right? This is 190, so outlet temperature is 190. Now what? Energy balance, simple. So you can write this is m dot HFG is equal to m dot Cc Tc2 minus Tc1. So mass flow rate of the hot fluid given 150. Make sure that HFG given in kilojoule per kg. So convert. So 2400 into 10 raised to power 3. Mass flow rate of the cold fluid we need to find. Specific heat 4 kilojoule. So that is nothing but 4000 into. Just now we calculated. This is 190. Tc1 100. So solve this. If you solve this, we will get answer in kg per second, that is nothing but the 1000 kg per second. So this is your answer. This is your answer. So there are other questions are there, but these are all memory based and other questions are lengthy. Very soon when the paper publish, Ace Academy will provide the exact solution. So these are the two questions which is asked in a afternoon session. Now my colleague Abdul Bari sir will continue.
Good evening, all of you. Let us take the questions from fluid mechanics. As of now, I'm having only 2 questions from fluid mechanics, and both these questions happen to be from the concept of kinematics. In the morning session also, we had 2 questions from kinematics. In this session also, we are having questions from kinematics. In a way, this question deals with both dynamics and kinematics. Let us see how. The question says a steady velocity field in an inviscid flow is given in which density is equal to 1.5 kg per meter cube. Probably it is air. The velocity vector is given as y square minus x square I cap plus 2xy j cap. Neglecting the body forces, this is very important, neglecting the body forces, the pressure gradient at x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 is equal to how much? What is the pressure gradient he is asking. Now what is the equation of pressure gradient? The equation of pressure gradient in a 2D flow is going to be dou p by dou x I cap plus dou p by dou y j cap. This is the pressure gradient equation we are going to have. For identifying this thing, how do we proceed further? What I am going to do is, imagine that you are having any fluid element in Cartesian coordinate system. Let us say this is a fluid element you are having. Let us say I am talking about x-axis. Suppose the pressure force over here is P times differential area. The pressure force over here is going to be P plus dou P by dou x times dx whole times differential area. And this entire mass is accelerating forward with ax. Since there is no body force present over here, I am only going to consider the pressure forces and the inertia force, that is mass times acceleration x. So from here I can say that, I can say summation of force in x-axis, summation of force in x-axis has to be equal to mass times acceleration x-axis. P times dA and P times dA will cancel off, which implies minus dou P by dou x times dx is equal to differential mass, which is density times volume times acceleration in x-axis, times acceleration in x-axis. From here you can observe that dx and dx will cancel off, dx and dx will cancel off. Along with that I was having dA present over here. The dA and dA will also cancel off. So from here I see dou P by dou x is equal to minus of density times ax. Let me go to the next slide. I can write over here dou P by dou x is equal to minus density times acceleration x. Similarly I can say dou P by dou y is equal to minus density times acceleration y. Therefore my pressure gradient, which is supposed to be dou P by dou x I cap plus dou P by dou y j cap, is supposed to be equal to minus of density times acceleration x I cap plus acceleration y j cap. Now my question has boiled down to finding out accelerations. I have to now identify the accelerations. Let us talk about acceleration in x first of all. Acceleration in x, I realize over here the flow field is steady and I don't have any z component present over here. So I'll write only the terms which are required for me. So I can write ax is equal to u into dou u by dou x plus v into dou u by dou y. This is the equation I'm having. Okay. As a matter of fact, in the morning session also we had a question on acceleration, not directly though. From a stream function you were supposed to develop acceleration. Over here also we are having an indirect question on acceleration. So acceleration has become a very important concept now. The value of u is equal to y square minus x square. So I can write this is equal to y square minus x square. Dou u by dou x is going to be equal to minus 2x plus v is equal to 2xy multiplied to dou u by dou y. If I differentiate this with respect to y, I am going to get 2y. I am going to get 2y. So the value of ax happens to be equal to how much? Let me check. It is minus 2x into y square minus 2xy square plus 2x cube plus 4xy square. This is the value of ax I'm having. He has given me very simple coordinates, x is equal to 1, y equal to 1. If I put in those coordinates, I'm going to get the value of ax as, this is minus 2, this is plus 2, this is plus 4. It is going to be 4 units. Ax will be equal to 4 units. This is specifically for the coordinate 1, 1. Okay. Moving further, let me talk about ay. The equation of ay, even though it's a lengthy equation, but the terms reasonable for me are going to be u into dou v by dou x plus v into dou v by dou y, right? The value of u is equal to y square minus x square. Let me put in the values. Y square minus x square. V value was 2xy. If you differentiate with x, you are going to get 2y plus v is equal to 2xy multiplied to dou v by dou y is going to be 2x. It is going to be 2x. So the value of ay is going to be equal to 2y cube minus 2x square y, 2y cube minus 2x square y plus 4x square y plus 4x square y. Again, if you put in the numbers 1, 1, you are going to get the value of ay is equal to 4 units. So I'm getting ax also 4 units, ay also 4 units. Now the equation I was supposed to have was minus of density times ax I cap plus ay j cap. So the pressure gradient is going to be the pressure gradient. Let me write like this. The pressure gradient is going to be density minus of 1.5 times 4 I cap plus 4 j cap. This is going to be equal to minus 6 I cap minus 6 j cap. As a matter of fact, this kind of question has appeared recently in GATE examination. I think 2 or 3 years back, we had a question on pressure gradient. Exactly a similar question has appeared, but slightly difficult acceleration equation have come over here. Let us move further to the next question, which is a relatively easy but lengthy question, again from kinematics. The question says, the velocity of a fluid is given by 4xy I cap plus 2 times x square minus y square j cap. Then which of the following options are correct? Okay, multiple options over here can be correct. So you cannot just judge based on one option, you have to check all the options. Velocity vector is given. Whenever multiple options are correct, give a reading to all the options first of all. You will get to know how you have to approach the question then. First option is the flow is incompressible, so you'll have to check dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y over here. Second option, flow is irrotational, that means you'll have to check dou u by dou y and dou v by dou x. Then acceleration experienced by the particle at x is equal to 0, y equal to 0 is 0. So you have to even find out the equation of acceleration. It has become very lengthy now. The velocity field is one dimensional. Straight away we will first of all say this is a wrong option, because we see over here two-dimensional flow. So option D is wrong over here. I'll have to judge for option A, B and C. A and B will be slightly easy. C will become lengthy. Even though it is easy, it becomes lengthy. Let us start first of all. The value of dou u by dou x. Dou u by dou x is equal to how much? If you check dou u by dou x, you are going to get 4y over here. Dou v by dou y is equal to how much? Dou v by dou y is equal to, if you check dou v by dou y, you are going to get minus 4y. Minus 4y. So I realize dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y is equal to 0. So since dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y is equal to 0, option A over here is correct. The flow happens to be incompressible flow. Further, let me check the value of dou u by dou y. If I check the value of dou u by dou y, I am going to have over here 4x. 4x, dou v by dou x is equal to how much? Dou v by dou x is equal to, if you differentiate this with respect to x, you are going to get 4x again. Now, for a flow to be irrotational, that to a 2D flow in xy plane to be rotational, rotation or vorticity about z-axis has to be equal to 0. Let me check vorticity about z-axis. The equation is for vorticity dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y. If you check this value, it is coming out to be 4x minus 4x, again 0. That means option B also is correct. Now I have to talk about the equation of acceleration. Let us first of all start with Ax. Again, like the previous question, we are having over here a 2D steady flow. So therefore, there is no temporal quantity. So don't bother yourself with that quantity. Straight away write the terms which are reasonable for us. So these two terms will be sufficient. The value of u is equal to 4xy, and differentiating this with respect to x is going to give you 4y plus v is equal to 2x square minus 2y square. And differentiating u with respect to y is going to give you 4x. So if you put in this, if you calculate this thing, you are going to get 16xy square minus 8xy square over here. So it is going to give me 8x square xy square plus 8x cube. This is the equation Ax. At 0, 0, the value of Ax would be equal to how much? 8 times 0 plus 8 times 0? 0. Okay, so Ax happens to be 0. Let me judge Ay now. Let me look for the value of Ay. The value of Ay would be equal to u into dou v by dou x plus v into dou v by dou y. So the value of u over here I know is 4xy. Dou v by dou x was equal to 4x plus v is equal to how much? 2x square minus 2y square. Dou v by dou y was equal to minus 4y. If you calculate this thing, you are going to get 16x square y minus 8x square y. So it is going to give me 8x square y plus 8y cube. So this is the equation of Ay. Again, you put 0, 0, you will get the value of Ay also equal to 0. So you can say at 0, 0, the value of Ay is equal to 0. So we realize that acceleration experienced by the fluid particle at 0, 0 is 0. So I can say that this option also is correct. So the correct answer over here is A, B and C. Option D straight away we identified was wrong. So A, B and C would be correct answers. There was one more question from Bernoulli equation concept, but the data we got was not reliable data. So I'm not going to trouble you with that. It would only increase the confusion. So we will look for that question later on. In 2 days we'll get the paper anyway. Okay. So apart from this subject, let me also briefly discuss mechanics. In mechanics also we have learned that there were many questions which have appeared, but unfortunately since we are relying only based on the memory and our subject happens to be a lot of diagrammatical based subject, so we could only identify one reliable question. The question was something like this. The question was, which of these members is going to experience zero forces, right? Which of these members is experiencing zero force? This is a basic truss system, frame system rather, not truss, it's a frame system. You see over here, you are having a frame. Along with the axial loadings, you will be having bending loadings present here and here. Okay. Now, the member which is supposed to experience zero force, if you remember from the classes, there were two standard cases. One case is if any joint is experiencing three forces or three members, of which two are collinear, third is non-collinear, then the third member is supposed to be a zero force member. Going by that rule, I can say this happens to be a zero force member. One more condition we are having, if there was a particular joint where they are having two non-collinear members and no other loading, then both the members are supposed to be zero force. I don't find that condition anywhere present over here. So the only member I'm finding over here is this member GH. So the member GH is supposed to have a zero force condition. Apart from this, there were many more questions from mechanics, but unfortunately we were not able to get those questions. Anyway, in the coming days, we will present to you the entire detailed explanation on every subject. Thank you for now from my subject. After me, Dharan sir will continue with the concept of design. Thank you.
Let's see the question which was asked from maximum distortion energy theory. So it was given that sigma x value is 3 times p and sigma y value is given as minus 2p. Here there is a confusion. Few sources say that this value is 2p and few sources say that it is minus 2p. Because of that confusion here, we are directly considering it as minus 2p. So let's see with both the values what could be the result that we'll be getting. And here tau xy value is given as root 2p. And here for this simple situation, he is asking us to find what could be the value of p. He gave the value of sigma yt, or we can also call this as tensile yield strength syt, whose value is given as 350 megapascal. Now how to solve this question? Here, according to maximum distortion energy theory, the equation that we have is, see, I'm not going to find the principal stresses here. So without even finding principal stresses, we can simply write the equation for maximum distortion energy theory in terms of sigma x, sigma y and tau xy. So what is that relation? We know the relation in terms of sigma 1 and sigma 2 is sigma 1 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2, but here I am replacing by, so 1 by x and 2 by y. So along with this, so whenever we have shear stress term, we need to add 3 times tau xy square under root is equal to, so if I consider the failure condition, this will be syt. See, in sigma x, sigma y and tau xy, as we have p term common, can I take p term common? So it is not root 2, see here this is root 2 p, okay. So there is no root for p here. So as we have p in every term, I can take p common. If I take p common, p into square root of, here it is 3 square minus 3 into minus 2 plus minus 2 square plus 3 into root 2 square is equal to 350. So here if you add the terms which we have in the root, so this comes out to be 25. So 9 plus 6 plus 4 and again plus 6. So this comes out to be 25 and square root of 25 is 5. So p into 5 is 350. Now what could be the value of p? P comes out to be 70. So here as everything is given in, as we are considering every parameter in Newton and mm square, okay, here this is the value of p that we are getting. So the value, the term, the factor p here is considered to be 70, okay. So here from options the answer is 70. If I consider this to be plus 2, then I'll be landing with the answer for P as 97 approximately. Okay, so there is a discrepancy with the value of sigma y. So if that is -2, here the answer comes out to be 70, and if that is 2, the answer comes out to be 97. Similarly, we have got a question from shafts. This was a question, very simple question. Here it says that the shaft of length 2L supports a pulley at the free end, and here this pulley is taking the tensions T1 and T2. Here T1 is given as 300 and T2 is given as 100. So here the net bending load that is acting about the center of this shaft is, I can say it as 200 newtons. Okay, which means 200 Newton is acting at this location. This is 200 Newton. Now you can see that this shaft is symmetric in nature. As this is symmetric in nature, I can say that even at this location will be having 200 newtons reaction load, and at this location will be having 400 Newton reaction. Okay, as this is symmetric in nature, I am directly going with the values of this reaction as well as this reaction. So from this we can say that the moment will be maximum at center. Maximum moment is nothing but equal to, what is maximum moment here? So which is nothing but 200 Newton into L value. What is L here? L value is given as 0.5 meter. 200 into 0.5 into 1000. So the unit for this is Newton mm. Now let's design this shaft. He is asking us to find the diameter of this shaft. How to design this case? So here we know the failure condition is whenever the value of sigma maximum turns out to be SYT, the shaft is going to fail. This is a simple failure condition. And here what is the value of sigma maximum? So it is nothing but 32 M max divided by pi d cube is equal to SYT. So here SYT is given as 80 megapascal. This is 80. If I substitute the value of M maximum in this equation, finally I'll be getting the diameter as 23.35 mm. So these are the two questions which came from machine design. Hope, I guess you might have solved these two questions easily. Now I hand over the session to Fasik Khan sir. So please come sir.
Ready? Right, sir. Good evening. So, again, as usual, one of the highest weightage even in the evening session paper. Together, if you notice, I have a data where I written all the things. I will not write again, just I will read out. From material science, we have one question. From casting, welding, we have each question. Even from forming, one question. In metal cutting, machining, each question. Whereas in metrology, we have two questions. Advanced machining methods, one question. Even in non-traditional machining, one question. And newly added topic in additive manufacturing, also one question again. So, together, if you notice, as usual, 17 around marks we got from the subject production. So, let's discuss based on the data available from the source of the students. I along with my colleague faculties will discuss the questions one by one. Whereas if you notice this question where it is a match the following question, I think that it is asked for the 2 marks it seems. I don't know exactly how many marks here,
but as per the data, what they are asking is the given shaft upper and lower limit, whole upper and lower limit, they are asking to match what is allowance, what is maximum clearance, what is minimum clearance. I don't think so it's a minimum clearance and allowance together they might have given, but as data is available, and some sources are saying that it is a, instead of minimum clearance they ask about maximum material limit. Again they are asking about maximum material limit. If it is, then is it for the hole or shaft? That clarity also we don't have. Anyway, if you keep this particular point aside, first of all, from the given data, you might have remember whenever a question comes from the metrology, first I ask you to draw the fit diagram. So when you draw the fit diagram, 25 mm is the basic size, whereas similarly basic size is 25 mm even in the morning session question also. With respect to 25 mm, here hole tolerance zone value, if you notice, one value is 0, another upper limit value is plus 0.02. It means it's a capital H type of hole that lies on the basic size. It's a capital H type of hole, where width of tolerance is 0.02. And the shaft is having both upper and lower limits are negative sign. It means tolerance zone of the shaft will be below the basic size. So it is obvious that the type of fit from this particular given data, as the values are 0.04 and then lower limit is minus 0.07, it means, shall I say, the width of tolerance for the shaft is equal to 0.03. Why? Because this 0.04 plus 0.03 together it will be a 0.07. Now once fit diagram is ready, whatever it is, immediately we are able to give the answer from this particular fit diagram. If they ask about what type of fit, it's a clearance fit. And what is minimum clearance? Minimum clearance is always the difference between lower limit of the hole to the upper limit of the shaft. So lower limit of the hole to the upper limit of the shaft, that difference is 0.04. Whereas maximum clearance, what is maximum clearance? It's a difference between upper limit of the hole to the lower limit of the shaft. So it is from the upper limit to the lower limit, from upper limit of the hole to the lower limit of the shaft. So this difference it is, simply add these three values, 0.03 plus 0.07, 0.04 plus 0.02, together it will be a 0.09. So here by observing maximum clearance, I can say it will go with a A. If it is minimum clearance, it will go with a C. But you might have aware, allowance in any type of fit is nothing but the difference between maximum material limits of hole and shaft in any given type of fit. If it is a clearance fit, always it's a minimum clearance, whereas if it is an interference fit, it's always a maximum interference. The available type of fit for this particular given data is a minimum clearance only. So again, this 0.04 only the allowance. So contradicting, no? That's why if I go allowance with this particular point, option C, then it might not be a clearance they might have asked. That's why this issue I raised in the beginning only. If it is a maximum material limit of what? In case of hole, if they ask about maximum material limit, it's always a lower limit. Smaller is the size of hole, more is the material. Larger is the size of hole, less is the material. Whereas if they are asking about the maximum material limit of the shaft, then it is the upper limit of the shaft. That is a 25 minus 0.04. Then the answer will be 24.96. So that is also available. In that regard, I can say if allowance is to the C, then if it is a maximum material limit of the shaft, then it is a B. If it is a maximum material limit of the hole, then it's a lower limit of the hole, that is 25. So it might be a B or D match with a statement 3 here. So that is about this particular match the following question. I hope it is asked for the 2 marks also. That clarity also I don't have from the data available. Whereas if you go to the next question, sir, this is one such a question which was there in every classroom notes. Even in our Ace Academy book classroom practice question, if you notice, in that also available. Whereas even expected question series, whatever we done, Ace Premier League, you go and check there, you can find the same type of question with a little change in the data in that particular videos also. Whereas the metric thread of pitch 4 mm and the thread angle is 60 degree, inspected of its pitch diameter using best wire method, the diameter of the best wire is asking in mm. It is asked for 1 mark. Sir, this question we used to solve in 2 different ways. One is a geometry method. From the geometry itself, this is the geometry where best size wire, if it fit in the given screw thread, it makes the contact at the pitch point. But from this geometry itself, we used to take out the formula for the best size wire, that is dW is equal to P by 2 secant theta. Whereas pitch is given, theta is nothing but always it's a half thread angle. My notations are, I consider always this total thread angle as 2 theta. Then the half of it will be a theta. So 2 theta is given as 60 degree, therefore theta will be a 30 degree. P is a 4 by 2 secant 30. It means 2 secant 30. A game of a calculator. You will get answer as a 2.31 mm. Very simple question, sir. Whereas if you notice one more question from the production, beautiful question they framed this time from the metal cutting. What they said is, cutting force is equal to the thrust force. FC is equal to the FT they are saying, sir. In orthogonal turning, that performed on the cylindrical workpiece with a shear strength is equal to 500 megapascal. Tau S is equal to 500 megapascal. And then following conditions are used. Shear angle is 15 degree, shear angle phi is equal to 15 degree, and the width of chip W is equal to 2 mm. It is mm only, it is width of chip actually. Chip thickness is equal to chip thickness T1 is equal to 0.1 mm. And even chip thickness ratio is given, but it is of no use in our particular question, sir. What they are asking, if the orthogonal rake angle is equal to 0 degree, the cutting force again asking. Even in the morning session also, cutting force they asked. But you know, to solve this particular cutting force FC, in a merchant circle diagram, we used to give a relationship between forces. In that, if you notice, to get the cutting force value, basically, there are many relations we have, but as from the given data, what I will do is, shear strength is given, shear angle is given, it means we are able to calculate shear force Fs very easily. But you know, shear force Fs from the merchant circle will be equal to Fc cos phi minus Ft sin phi. Sir, I am giving one of the easiest method. Those who solve merchant circle related questions, no need to mug up even formula. Once you are able to recognize that particular forces and the angles in that merchant circle, you are able to take out this equation easily. Once equation is clear, they mentioned cutting force is equal to thrust force. So shall I say Fc is equal to Ft, then I will take it common. Shear force Fs is equal to, both are equal, na? Fc is equal to Ft they mentioned, that's why I am taking it as a common, that will be equal to cos phi minus sin phi. So what they are asking, cutting force only, na sir? So cutting force Fc is equal to Fs shear force by cos phi minus sin phi. When shear strength is given, to me it is very easy to calculate shear force. Shear force Fs is equal to shear strength into shear plane area. So everything available, shear strength they given, whereas shear plane area is nothing but Wt1 by sin phi. Substitute here, then you will get this one is equal to tau s into Wt1 by sin phi into cos phi minus sin phi. Shear strength is in megapascal, it means Newton per mm square. Width of chip, uncut chip thickness, both are in mm. So in denominator means here Newton per mm square, whereas here you will get again mm square, it will get cancelled, whereas in denominator you have only shear angle. One of the easiest method where I notice in a various resources, they made it very tricky, sir. It need not to be, whereas put the data and get the result once you reach this particular condition. Tau s we have, W we have, T1 we have, shear angle phi we have. Shear angle they provided, that is 15 degrees. So substitute here, then you will end up with a phi 46 Newton. That is one of the beautiful question asked for the 2 marks from the metal cutting. it is 2 marks, not 1 mark. I hope. Whereas one more question was there, that is from the machining chapter, where slab milling, horizontal slab milling is mentioned. See, entire data I am unable to obtain, but in horizontal slab milling they ask you about calculation of the maximum cutting force. But the given one relation, that is for the feet per tooth, that is K into T maximum into W, something like this. So to calculate this, only requirement is a T maximum, where they mentioned K also, and even they mentioned width of a chip also. Whereas T maximum in a milling chapter, we used to do analysis in the class, that is equal to F by N into small d by capital D, F by N into under root of small d by capital D into 1 minus small d by capital D. Every data was given, so we need to calculate T maximum, and then we need to substitute here. Once you got the feet per tooth, so each teeth in a horizontal milling cutter will be in a contact at time, whereas they mentioned in the question the number of teeth are 4. So when number of teeth are 4, suppose consider this is the milling cutter where we have a 4 number of teeth. So when cutting is going on, at a time only one teeth will be in a contact. If more is the number of teeth, then also some people used to make a mistake. Previous one question we have, where they consider all number of teeth, they will multiply with a force. That is wrong in case of milling, because at a time only one teeth we are considering. Based on that, whatever data we will get from there, that we need to substitute, that will provide the force. So this is the procedure of this particular question, where exactly a question I don't have. Together these are few questions I solved from this particular production engineering area. So let's hand over to my colleague Ravi sir to discuss further questions.
Hello everyone. Now see the question. This question is asked on non-traditional machining method. Just see, which of the following process involves melting of metallic workpieces? What is the main word? Melting of metallic workpieces. Just see, the number of methods are here. The first method is EBM, that is electron beam machining. In that, melting of workpieces is there. Melting and evaporation is the mechanism. Now you can also see ECM, how the material is removed in ECM, that is the ion displacement is there. Ion displacement is there, is not melting of workpieces. Now see the electrical discharge machine, same. In the electrical discharge machine also, there is a melting of workpieces, and the laser beam melting also same, that is the melting of workpieces. This is a MSQ, multiple select question, and you can write the answer that A, C and D. Yeah, now see the next question. Yeah, very nice question. Just you can see that 2 marks question is there, not 1 mark, 2 mark question is there. A DC welding machine with a linear power source characteristic of V is equal to 10 plus 5L, then what is given here? You can see that here the VA is given, then I am writing here VA is equal to A plus BL, where V is the arc voltage in volt and L is the arc length in centimeter. Yes, provides open circuit voltage of 100 volt. V open is given, that is 100 volt, and the short circuit current of 1000 ampere. Yes, for maximum arc power, the voltage should be set at. We have to calculate the voltage for maximum arc power. Yes, very interesting question and very easy question. Now see how to calculate that voltage. Yes, now see, I want to write at the equilibrium condition. At equilibrium condition, or also I can write that at a stable equilibrium condition. Voltage in arc is equal to voltage in power source. What is voltage in arc? That is A plus BL. I am writing here A plus BL. Yes, and what is the voltage in power source? It is the V open minus V open by IS into I. Yeah. Now what is the voltage in arc? It is given, that is A plus BL. Then I am writing 10 plus 5L is equal to, what is the value of open circuit voltage? 100 volt. Then I am writing 100 minus 100 by short circuit current is 1000 into current. Yes, this is the equilibrium condition. We can also write here at a stable equilibrium condition also we can write. Yeah, up to this we come. Then what we have to calculate, you can see that for maximum power, we have to calculate the voltage. For maximum power means what we are writing here, we can see that firstly I am writing the formula for power is equal to V into I. Yes, that formula. What is V? V is voltage in arc, that is A plus BL we have. But what about that I? I we will get from here. Then it is important to calculate I first in the relation of I. Just see, I am writing here, this is 100, this is 1000, this is 1 by 10, this is minus will come on the left side. 1 by 10 into I is equal to 100 minus 10 minus 5L. Yes, then we can write here the I is equal to 10 multiplied by this is 90 minus 5L. Yes, then I is equal to multiply by this 10, then it will be 900 minus of 50L. Yes, 900 minus of 50L. Yeah, now we have to use this equation, P is equal to V into I. This formula, P is equal to power is equal to V into I. Then I am writing that. Power is equal to V into I. That is V is equal to again A plus BL, that is 10 plus 5L is given. And what is I here? 900 minus 50L we have. Then just do the multiplication, 10 into 9 that is 900, that is 9000, plus of 10 into minus 50 that is minus of 500. Yes, 10 into 900, then again 10 into minus 50 that is minus 500L, 5L into 900, sorry, 10 into 900 it is over, now this is, now this into this, 5L into 900 that is plus 4500L, then 5L minus 50L that is 250L square. Yes, now the power is equal to 9000 minus 500 plus 4500 that is 4000L minus 250L square. Yes, now for maximum power we have to calculate the voltage. Then I am writing here, firstly I want to calculate dP by dL. Then d by dL of this power we have to write 9000 plus of 4000L minus of 250L square is equal to 0. Yes, now take the derivative with respect to L. This 9000 is 0, here plus of 4000. Yes, here L square is 2L, that is minus of 500L is equal to 0. Then what is L? That is 8. And what is L? Just see, you can see here what is L, where L is in centimeter, but I don't know clearly whether it is in centimeter or it is in millimeter. Yes, if it is in centimeter, then we can put here centimeter. But what we have to calculate, we need to calculate the voltage, that is A plus BL, that is 10 plus 5L. Yes, now just see 10 plus 5 into 8, that answer is 50 volt. That question is finished. Yeah. But initially what was the data? This V is equal to 10 plus 5L was not given, means I didn't get that data, but other values I have, and I calculated that, and in that way also I got the same answer, voltage is 50 volt. Now see the next question. Yeah, this is a question which is asked on casting. Again there is some problem with the data, but just we will see how to calculate and what to calculate. Just see, the solidification time of a casting is proportional to V by A whole square. That is Chavarino's equation, we know that, and I am writing that solidification time is directly proportional to V by A square. Then we always write that the tau is directly proportional to modulus square. Yes, then just see next, V is the volume of the casting and A is the total casting surface area. If top surface of the casting is insulated and then the radius of riser is. Now there is a doubt with this data, if the top surface of casting is insulated and then the radius of riser. There may be the two cases here, I will show you both the cases, what will be the actual case we need to discuss. Just see this is the casting, yes, and here is a riser. Yes, the one case may be that only the top surface of riser is insulated. Yes, this is insulated. It may be the case, but what is written in the question, that in the question it is written that this top surface of casting is insulated. We will solve the both case. In first case what I am taking, this top surface of casting is not insulated. This casting is cubical casting, also it is not written in the question, but we think that from the data, from the discussion with the student, we understood that this casting is cubical casting whose side is A, all the sides are A. Yes, and the riser top surface is insulated. Yes, and all the side is transferring heat, and only riser top surface is insulated, and from that we have to calculate the riser radius of riser. Yes, we will go with that. Yeah, now we have to use here the method of riser design. In that any method is not going to match. Out of all four methods, only one method is going to match, that is modulus method of riser design. Yes, then what is that modulus method of riser design? We can write that solidification time of riser must be greater than or equal to solidification time of casting. And what is the solidification time of riser? You can see that it is a modulus square. Then I am writing here modulus of riser square must be greater than or equal to modulus of casting square. Then that square get cancelled, then modulus of riser is greater than or equal to modulus of casting. Yes, then what is the modulus of riser? Now we have to calculate the value of modulus of riser, and just see here, modulus of riser, we know that it is a volume divided by surface area. Yes, which transfer the heat, that is heat transfer area. Now you can see that volume, what is the volume of riser? We can write that pi by 4 d square h. Yes, this is the diameter of riser, and this is the height of riser. This is volume, and divided by surface area which transfers heat. Just see, if the top surface is insulated, then what is the surface area? Just see these lines, this curved area. And what is that curved surface area? Pi d into height is h. Then I am writing here pi dh. Here I am considering that the top surface is insulated, and if the top surface is not insulated, then here we can add this top surface area, that is pi by 4 d square, right? Now see this one. Then here modulus of riser, then modulus of riser is equal to this get cancelled, this get cancelled, this gets cancelled, that is a d by 4. Modulus of riser is d by 4. And what is the modulus of casting here? Just see, it is a simple cubical casting, that is volume divided by surface area. Now we are considering it is a cubical casting. Then what is the volume of that cube? That is a cube, a into a, that is a cube, and 6 surfaces are there. that is 6a square. Then it is a by 6. Now we got the both value, this and this one. Now modulus of riser must be greater than or equal to modulus of casting, we have to put. Then modulus of riser is d by 4 and it must be greater than or equal to that value of modulus of casting is a by 6. Now what is the diameter? Diameter is radius divided by 2. Yes, then radius is equal to 8a by 6. Then that radius must be greater than or equal to, this is, yes, then we can write the radius is equal to 4a by 3. That is one solution. Yes, what is the second solution? Just see, the second solution is that only the top surface of casting is insulated, but the riser top surface is not insulated. If the riser top surface is not insulated, then always we take the modulus of riser is d by 6. And what is the modulus of casting here? Yes, you can see that the volume divided by surface area. What is the volume of this casting? That is a cube. And how many surface areas are there? Only one surface area is insulated. How many faces are there? 6. Out of 6 faces, only one surface is insulated, remaining is 5. Then that surface area is 5a square. Then what is the modulus of casting? That is a by 5. Then again you can write the modulus of riser must be greater than or equal to modulus of casting. Then it is a d by 6 must be greater than or equal to modulus of casting is a by 5. Then the diameter is radius divided by 2, that is 12, must be greater than or equal to a by 5. Then the radius must be greater than or equal to 12a by 5. Then we can write radius equal to 12a by 5. Now you solve the question paper, you know that what is the data. Yes, and with this the production questions are also over. And thank you very much. Now we all faculty who gave the solution will gather here, but firstly the Balaraju sir will come here.
So dear students, on behalf of ACE Engineering Academy, I need to express a sincere thanks to main stakeholders, so student friends. And from the opinion poll, it is being observed the question paper is somewhat tough. Of course, the cutoff is going to be at 25 to 30. We are not sure about the cutoff, maybe the qualifying marks, we are not sure. Anyways, normalization is going to be there. And those who have not performed well, okay, for them, so just don't lose hope. So there are many examinations like ESC is going to be held soon, and just continue this tempo and don't lose hope. It is only one examination. Like this there are many examinations. Okay, now I need to call my team, so who tried the level best to present the solutions, and we tried our level best based on only your feedback. So definitely there is a chance of some mistakes. Of course, in few days we may be getting the paper from IIT, so that you will get the quality solutions. Okay. Now I take privilege to call my team members and my colleagues. You just don't forget to subscribe our ACE Engineering Academy YouTube channel, and you try to choose only the quality content. So ACE Online is providing a quality education, and we have a dedicated team and the subject experts, and one faculty member can teach only 2-3 subjects, not all subjects, just believe me. And today we have so many online platforms where one faculty can handle all mechanical engineering. As you know very well, mechanical is a blend of 3 streams. Okay, so I think my colleagues can accept this and agree. Okay, so I wish you all the best to win the race. Join ACE.
All the best, everyone.
All the best.
All the best. All the best.